And I believe we're back. I'm going to give it a second to make sure we're back. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this other stream, this other video. If there's a way to do what I just did without having to make a new video, I'd appreciate you telling me in the chat, because I don't know how to do it.
It's working.
Great. Wonderful. Okay, I see us. We're back. Yay. Ooh, stuff happened, as Brian Zetzer said. That's right, stuff. Okay, so where we left off, surprise Johnny Depp was there. It was 5 seconds of the movie, so I'm glad we all saw it. We're going to go back and we're going to resume, and there's going to be no more of those newspapers, but picture every time you hear a newspaper that they were there. Where we left off, a man is cursing surprise Johnny Depp. And then we cut to interior, a newspaper office, still 1926, where a couple ace wizard reporters work at their desks. These are George Wallace, Harold Hendry, and Miss Betty Smith.
All right, we gotta hurry it up. The boss is gonna waltz in at any minute.
Before he does, we need headlines. We can't call ourselves a newspaper if we don't got headlines for people to catch up on current events when they're walking by or in some sort of real quick flash. We need more headlines.
I have a few ideas for headlines.
Shut your honker, Harold.
Yes, indeed. Please shut your honker, Harold.
Amazing! A door opens and an editor enters.
I'm a busy man here, so George, Betty, Harold, tell me what you got and make it snappy. We got to get these papers to the press, and we need headlines. It's Europe. It's 1926. There should be something going on that we can put in one big sentence.
Dark wizards on the rise. Nobody is safe.
Scary, I like it. It's in the fucking paper.
School of Magic and Magic on extra security lockdown. What's next? Our freedom?
People care about kids, but they also hate them. So that's going in the fucking paper.
All look to Harold, a sad, pathetic adult man. He's probably eating a sandwich or something, and all the sandwich meat and toppings just fall out of one side of the sandwich.
Maybe we focus on how the intense wizard activity of late is affecting non-magical people? Maybe something about how we should consider others' well-being once in a while.
No! This is a newspaper, you sorry sack of dirty feces!
You make me disgraced to be a reporter.
I hate you, Harold. I hate you.
My wizard god. The nerve! What else we got? Maybe something about what's big over on Wizard Off-Broadway. I'll take that one and I'll put it in the fucking paper.
Anti-wizard sentiment on the rise. Regular people hate the wizards they don't know exist.
I wasn't even listening, but all the words you just said is in the fucking paper.
Beasts, monsters, animals. They're dangerous. We don't like them.
That has magically already been printed, and it's in this fucking paper I'm holding right here, right now.
Is football the new best sport?
Jesus, Merlin, Christ. I hate you, Harold. I hate you.
You monster. I hate you as much as I hate beasts, which is a lot.
I could take a dump right now on your desk, and that dump would be 10 times a reporter. Nay, the man you are, and it wouldn't be the first time I took a dump on your desk. Well, we have no time left because of Harold's bad idea, so that last headline is in the fucking paper. But you're fired. Get out of this office. The rest of you, lunch.
They all go to lunch, all but Harold, who opens his desk and pulls out a hand-drawn newspaper with a crude drawing of the Statue of Liberty. It has the headline, "Reporter Goes to America. Harold finally loved by all."
You'll make it there one day, Harold. To a place where there are no bad feelings, or at least none that kick you down too hard.
Harold, before you go, I just wanted to say, I hate you.
America.
A close-up on Harold's face as a single tear falls. We follow the tear as it drops onto the poorly drawn image of the Statue of Liberty, where we cut to the real Statue of Liberty. Oh, it's so beautiful. And as a boat glides past this Statue of Liberty on a big, bright, beautiful day that will almost certainly lead to the city's doom. The camera pushes in on the ship until we see a figure seated on the bench, a man wearing a stylish blue coat and carrying a worn brown leather case. This man is Eddie of a magical house called Redmayne. He is an awkward gentleman who's only ever truly understood by his friends, his beasts. This man always seems to be a little surprised and delighted to find that he continues to be Eddie Redmayne. A latch on his briefcase opens. Eddie closes it in a panic. He looks up, and then he looks around.
Whoa! When did I get on a boat? Oh, look! Here I am at last! Arizona!
Nope. He's in New York, and we see a bunch of shots of New York. All of New York, a great city. And then we cut to customs moments after day. After so many of those New York shots, we see a bunch of New York citizens going about their day. Each happens to hold the very same case as Eddie. One is a particularly 1920 citizen greeting the newcomers from the boat.
Hey fella, welcome to New York, the kipperest of the knickers, the ants, pants of cities, where we work hard for just a handful of clams, a couple of apes, caves, enough so we can all get zazzled after and forget our troubles with a bottle of toots. Here to ruffle up more troubles, applesauce, I say, dewdropper, the bank's closed for you then, daddy-o. Cheese it on out of here, and how? Excuse me, I have to go see a man about a dog.
Just to note, this woman does not work for anyone. She is simply drunk. Eddie makes his way up to a customs official. He is an American in the 20s, which means he doesn't have time for shenanigans.
From England, eh? First time in New York?
Hi, I'm in Arizona, actually, thank you very much.
This is New York, son.
New York? Oh, Eddie, you've done it again.
Right. I gotta run through this checklist. You got any livestock in that case?
Just all my beasts. They're my only friends, and they're pretty fantastic, if I do say so. I'm a wizard. I mean, no, I'm not.
Son, can you please look me in the eyes?
Oh, yep, sure.
Eddie sadly cannot.
Yeah, I'm going to need to take a look at this case.
Okay, I'll just flip this switch and show you.
Eddie flips a switch. The customs official grabs the case and opens it, revealing a single pair of yellow and black socks.
What's the purpose of your trip, son?
I'm taking a magic bird to here, Arizona.
You know what? Just go in, okay? Good luck and welcome to New York.
Oh, Eddie, you've done it again.
He leaves, shaking his head the entire way out.
English types, bunch of weirdos. Ha! Wait till I tell. I just remembered I don't have any friends. Just all these bad memories. Funny though, I got that same leather briefcase.
And we cut to a very fancy newspaper. And that newspaper reads, City Block destroyed. And then another newspaper, Subway Station also destroyed. Citizens say the MTA will never get worse than this. And then another, a mysterious man seen smirking. Is he who he says he is? With this one picture of this man right here. Finally, one last paper, is Bucketball the new kick the can? We then cut to a bank day. A man sits on a bench, waiting patiently, reading a paper. His name is Francis Hopkins, and one day he'll have a great-grandson who goes to a wizard school. He opens a bag sitting next to him. It's full of expensive, shiny objects. This following is a voiceover from inside his head, the place where dreams live.
Just breathe, Francis. You've got the necessary collateral. You've got the dream. You're qualified, and you've got no competition. You're the bee's knees.
Then all of a sudden, Francis watches as another man sits right next to him with a rough leather briefcase. This man is Jake. He's great. Francis eyes the briefcase as if to say, I've got the same one at home. Eddie enters, searching frantically. He sits next to Jake. Francis eavesdrops on their conversation.
Hey, what brings you here?
Same as you, I guess.
You're here to get a loan to open up a bakery?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Francis's eyes go wide. He begins to sweat.
What are the odds? 2 bakers. Well, may the best man win, I guess.
A title appears. We again hear the voice inside of Francis's head.
Okay, against all odds, 2 other people are also here to get a loan to start a bakery on the same day as you.
Behind Francis, we see one of Eddie's fantastic friends, a little thieving criminal platypus stealing all of Francis's collateral and belongings.
Just don't let that get you down. You can't let your wife and kids down. Not again. Never again. You're going to get your bakery. You're going to make them clams. You're going to be the hero of the family for once. Not that close special friend of your wife's, Jimmy Wilson. Your little girls are going to smile at you, and she's going to be proud. You got enough heirlooms and valuable jewelry here to prove you're the real viable asset.
Eddie sees his little fantastic friend and dives underneath Francis, knocking him from the bench. Eddie runs away with Jake. Francis looks to his bag to find all of his belongings are gone. Francis's face goes white. We cut to outside of a bathroom. We hear the sounds of Francis upchucking, as they say. He upchucks his hopes, his dreams. A lunch of baked goods. Gone. Just like that, into a toilet bowl. After all that vomiting is done, we hear his voice again.
Yeah, that's me, all right. Old Francis Hopkins, in my usual spot. Somehow I found my way down to the dumps again. Deeper than the dumps.
A flush. He exits the bathroom with a look of determination.
What are you doing, Frankie boy? When you fall down, you gotta climb back up. You're gonna get this bakery for your little girl. You may have lost your money, but you still got your mind. You ain't lost that like your grandpappy did.
We cut to the bank hallway moments later. Francis exits the bathroom. He sees Eddie standing at an elevator and Jake standing at the opposite end of the hallway.
Oh, those other 2 bakers. Time to show them.
Oh, hey, British guy, you dropped this weird egg. Oh, it seems to be hatching. What a weird day today, huh?
And then all of a sudden, Jake and that weird egg are pulled to Eddie, and in a flash of light, they vanish. Francis stands slack-jawed. A woman with so much mustard on her face then runs by and also vanishes with a pop. Francis slowly backs into the bathroom. The camera stays at the door for just a moment until we hear more of those loud vomiting sounds. Just like that. Then we cut to the bank lobby. Half an hour later, there are many police officers standing around inside the bank. Francis stumbles up to Mr. Bingley, the bank manager, who is holding a bag of ice on his head after an assault from a certain wizard and his new mortal pal. Francis walks over.
Mr. Bingley, I'd like to apply for a loan to open a bakery.
Is this a joke? Someone get this man out of here. Never allow him in again.
Please, it was some kind of platypus. He stole my money. It was all these friends with 2 men with the power to disappear. I still have my mind. Let me have a bakery. Let me bake.
Police! This lunatic is harassing me.
The officers tackle Francis to the ground. They pull out batons. We hear several loud cracks. Eventually, Francis stops moving. He is carried off.
That'll teach him to talk to me. Mr. Bingley, bank manager.
The camera pans and we see a wizardy figure standing behind this bank manager.
But we both know, Bingley, that's not who you really are. Revelatio!
With a wave of wand, Bingley transforms into... Surprise Johnny Depp.
Will we die? Just a little.
What?
Will we die? Just a little.
What? What does that mean? What are you saying?
Will we die?
Come on, I'm taking you somewhere where you'll definitely, probably never escape. Probably.
Just a little.
He immediately escapes. We cut to an alley outside the bank. Pop, Eddie, and Jake appear in thin air. Jake screams for a good long while.
Okay, I am somewhat over this.
Eddie talks to his little fantastic thief friend.
We talked about this. Stealing is wrong. Okay, lesson learned about my beast getting out of my case. Won't ever happen again.
Eddie forcefully shoves this beast into his case. He looks to Jake.
So, what?
Oh, I really can't explain, not to you. I'm supposed to keep it secret that I'm a wizard from England, that magic is real. I can't tell you that because you're not a wizard. I can't even tell you about my big bag of beasts right here. Fantastic ones. They're magic too. I can't tell you any of that, but oh, Eddie, you just went and told him all of that, so now you've got to oblivionate all of his memories away.
Eddie feels for his wand.
Have you seen a wand? It looks like a stick. I'm gonna turn around and look for it. Don't run away.
Jake picks up his matching leather case and whap! Knocks Eddie to the ground with it.
Oh,
Jake runs off.
Oh, Eddie, you told him not to run, but you didn't tell him not to hit you with his case and then run. Well, I did what I could. Time to go on with my life.
Eddie walks down the alleyway. Another woman, Tina, whose face is covered in even more mustard, rounds the corner. Eddie plays it real casual. He starts to do a strut. He does finger guns at her. She grabs his arm. Pop. They vanish, using magic. We cut to a different alley where Tina and Eddie appear with another pop. Tina punches Eddie.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Eddie. I'm a wizard.
Shh, shh, shh. Don't you know where we are?
Arizona?
America! Where we keep our secrets. So what's that little monster thing that was scampering around?
Oh, that's just one of my little friends. He's pretty fantastic. Hey, you got something on your face?
I was eating a hot dog, okay? It's part of a staple of American culture. And another staple is not letting monsters loose in New York City.
What about fantastic ones?
You picked a bad time to come to the States with your little friends. Tensions are high. People don't want to do this, okay? I'm taking you in to the Enchanted Congress of the United States of America and its territories of Puerto Rico, Guam, and American Samoa.
Tina holds up her ID card. We see in large letters the name of the wizard government, Enkusa Porega, American Samoa. Beneath, we see her title, Bald Eagle Squad Power Task Force. There's just so many bald eagles on this card.
You're some kind of investigator.
Tina has a look of regret on her face, something that tells her entire backstory without us ever really needing to tell it to you. There, that look, right there. Do you see it? Did you catch it? Yep, that's it.
Maybe. No. Yes, I don't know. Okay. I'm a big deal, all right? And I'm respected. Maybe not right now. Maybe I made a mistake, okay? But who doesn't? So I better get some respect out of you, mister. Oh, one last thing. You took care of the no magi, right?
The what?
The no magi.
Huh?
The no magi.
The what?
The no magi.
The what?
The not wizard, no magic, no magic.
We cut to a crude wooden boat in the 1400s where a couple of early English settlers stand on the bow of the ship looking to the mass of land they are slowly approaching. They are wizards.
So, Reginald, as we're about to land on new soil, I wonder, shall we keep the same words for magic stuff as we had back in England?
I don't see why not. They've existed thousands of years. Everyone knows the words already. Why not keep them?
Nay! May I say?
A very fancy dressed wizard steps forward. He is Martsy Partsy.
We shall have new words! New words like a new world! New words for everything! Yay! Such a good idea from Martsy Partsy, history's favorite wizard!
Very well, so what say we call non-wizard folk, you know, like the many surrounding us on this boat, currently looking at us?
A quick pan out to see that everyone on this boat is staring just at Martsy Partsy. They continue about their business.
A word for non-wizards.
Yes, a word of utmost importance, a word to be used frequently, a word that must take the utmost care and time to find a proper word, an exciting word for the people who can do no magi, and we're done. No magi. We are done with the word. We have it. It is that forever. I am writing it down here. Take it, spread the word. Take it from me. Great. Now, if you don't mind me, I believe, Yes, I believe at this very moment I am tragically dying from my scurvy. Yes, the scurvy is doing me in as we speak. Oh dear. Oh, death. It will even come for the greatest among us. Keep the word. Let that be the legacy of Motsy Potsy.
And with that, Martsy Partsy is dead.
Shall we come up with something else then?
No, I suppose we ought to stick with no magi for Martsy Partsy. Besides, I don't know how to write.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
We cut back to that alleyway where Eddie is still wondering about this word.
Magi?
Yes! You wiped his memory, right?
Oh, Eddie!
Mr. Redmayne, that's a section A1234567 I've had enough of your phonus balonus. Save the rest for Sweeney. You're coming with me.
Where to?
They vanish again using magic, where we cut to a fancy building. A newspaper boy sells papers on the street.
Extra! Read all about it! Wizards not hiding very well! No magis catching on as more homes and everything else is destroyed! And my picture's in this very paper!
We see that this paper reads, "I think they're on to us." A man walks up. This man is not a wizard.
Wizards, you say? I'll take 12!
The camera moves past these two and into the building ahead. We go past a thoroughly depressed goblin, unhappy with his life choices, down an elevator shaft, into a glorious lobby, the lobby of Inkusaporag in American Samoa. Really airy and welcoming, except that ominous exposure threat rating clock prominently hung. The dial is currently pointing to 2 words. Uh-oh. We zoom all around until we settle on 4 school children who are on a wizard field trip, being led by a teacher, Miss Eisner.
Little Sheila may... Oh.
Miss Eisner, I'm bored.
Little Sheila Mae Jones, you are in the heart of American wizard government. How could you possibly be bored?
Think Adam's on mute.
I can't hear Adam again.
Adam!
What's going on? And I'm tired.
And I want chocolate.
I'm enjoying myself.
Thank you, little Robert.
Except I'm not. I cheesed her. You just got cheesed. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
That's enough, little Robert, you little stinker. If you look above, you will see the exposure threat clock. That charts just how in danger our top secret wizard society is of being discovered. For if we are, it could very well lead to a new version of the Salem trials on a global scale and the death of all witches and wizards, including each of you. Who's laughing now, Robert?
I'm just a little kid, Teach.
So we must stay hidden. And that's been the way ever since the magic government of the old UF of A was founded in 1693. And that includes the North American magic history portion of the tour. Any questions? Little Adam.
Yeah, I got a couple. So the country wasn't called the United States of America until Thomas Jefferson coined it in an early rough draft of the Declaration of Independence in June of 1776. So where did the wizards get the name from in the late 1600s? Nearly a full century before.
Well, I suppose magic. Any other little Becky?
So we're afraid of being discovered by the no magis, right?
Oh, terrified. Defining characteristic of our society, I'd say.
So why is the seat of our government in New York City the most populous place in our country? Wouldn't it make more sense to operate out of a rural area?
Like one of the Dakotas?
Children, I think that's enough questions.
So all of the secrecy of American Wizard's government is caused by the deaths of 20 people at the Salem witch trials, right?
You little stinker.
But the amount of American colonists who died from disease, 20 people must pale in comparison to the amount of magical people who died of new diseases on the way over.
Unless they healed themselves with magic. But in that case, since there were few secrecy laws at that time, why didn't they help everybody else using their magic? Did the original wizard colonists just ignore the regular people? Why didn't they help them? Why did they all have to die?
Why do good people die, Miss Eisner?
Children.
Why do bad things happen all over the world to good people when our society has the literal power to stop it?
Well,
do wizards just not care? Are we all a bunch of stinkers?
If that's the case, I mean, Salem had a population of around 500 to 600 in 1692. If witches and wizards had been coming to America since before European settlers, there must have been a large amount of wizards already. Why didn't they just fly over and mind waste everybody?
Enough of this room, children. Let us continue the tour. This way.
She opens an unlocked door into a highly secret meeting with the president of Enchanted America and a man with a demeanor one could only call grave. There's also members of Bald Eagle Force Magic Special Squad, or whatever I called them earlier. Just rewind this video. They look at files spread out on a table.
Yes, things are looking very grave indeed, Mr.
She stops to look at the classroom.
Shh. As you can see, children, the president is having a top secret meeting.
Ms. Eisner, are we supposed to be in here?
Oh, there is an open, always unlocked door policy. Anyone can waltz in whenever, wherever. But don't tell anyone about any secrets you see. Remember, we're very keen on not exposing secrets. Who wants lunch?
The kids go off to lunch.
You were saying things were looking grave, Madam President.
Indeed. Take a look at this. The International Confederation is threatening to send a delegation. They think this could be linked to surprise Johnny Depp's attacks in Europe.
How about that? Here. Take it back. But this isn't him. And neither am I. This was a job of a beast. A fanciful one.
Tina and Eddie enter the room.
Madam President,
You get the hell out of here!
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Tina exits. She sheepishly re-enters.
Yeah, but see, look, I found this guy, and he's really strange.
Tina, look at me. Look me in the eyes. You looking? Great. Okay, now, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Tina exits, and she re-enters again.
Just one quick thing that seems very relevant to everything that is...
I will put you in the murder chair, Tina.
Yes, ma'am.
Tina closes the door.
Yep, things are looking pretty grave indeed. Can I see that paper again? Thanks. Grave. Grave indeed.
We cut to a newspaper that you would have saw and would have been like, wow, look at that newspaper. The headline reads, "Sudden cut from man holding paper to the wand permit office, sure to begin a sequence of chaotic events." The paper is lowered, and a woman sits smoking a comically large cigar. This is Dorothy Hammermeister, who happens to look a lot like the president. She speaks to her quiet worker, co-worker, Thomas Bomas.
Say, Tommy, do we suck?
What?
Do we suck? Like our lives? I think they might suck. I think we might be the bottom rung of the ladder at this joint. The opposite of the cat's meow.
Well, I don't think I suck.
But you do, Tommy boy, and that makes it sadder. Look, they demoted that porpoise what's-her-Tina name from the big high detective job to down here to our job, just to prove a point to her, like as a punishment. I've been here for 8 years. I had to get promoted to work here. Am I being punished?
It's a necessary job we do, giving out wand permits. Otherwise, anybody could just have a wand.
But over in merry old England, they give it a, whatchamacalls'em, children. Like, immediately. And they get to take them around everywhere. And they even teach you how to do wandless stuff at the school here, so you don't even need them. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just nice sticks, right? I just don't know. I think our lives might suck. Like, I don't got a reason to be. Like I'm carrying all this baggage and it's all bad.
Well, maybe something will come along and make you forget all about your bad thoughts and memories.
Keep dreaming, Tommy boy. Keep dreaming.
Tina and Eddie enter the wand permit office. Dorothy just flips her off and just glares at her the whole time. Tina sits down and begins going through files.
Mr. Redmayne, you were just in Guinea, correct?
Yep, I was doing research. I'm writing a book about all my fantastic friends. You want to know what it's called?
What's it called?
My fantastic friends in a list of all the places you cannot find them. It's broken down beast by beast with a list of all the places in the world where that particular friend can't be found. It's a real long book.
Well, why don't you just write a book about, like where you can find them?
Whoa! Whoa! You just came up with that on your... Wow! My fantastic friends, and where you cannot not find them. It writes itself. But, oh, Eddie, then the book won't need you.
Oh, my wizard god, Mr. Redmayne, look, okay? You can't stay in this country, all right? It's very dangerous to have that case, and wizard god forbid, what might happen if even one single beast gets loose?
Beasts, you say?
This is Mr. Redmayne, and he has a beast in that case, sir.
Can we get some privacy?
Oh,
let's see the little friend. Why don't we?
Tina is just so happy someone has finally listened to her. She pulls up the case and places it on the desk. She opens it. We see it's just full of pastries. This man eats a pastry.
Whoever made these beasts should get a loan. Open up a bakery. Goodbye, Tina.
He walks away. Eddie and Tina look at each other. Eddie looks at the case. Eddie looks back to Tina. Eddie looks back to the case. Eddie looks back to Tina. Eddie lifts up the pastries in the case and looks underneath them. Eddie opens the case and he tries to jump inside of it. Pastries fly everywhere. Eddie looks to Tina. Eddie looks to the case. Eddie looks to Tina. Eddie tries to jump in the case again. He looks at Tina. He looks at us.
Dude, where's my fantastic friends?
We cut to Jake's apartment. Jake enters with a case. The case. He briefly takes a look at a newspaper on the table, which is just an ad for that same leather case. He puts the case down. He looks up to a portrait of his grandmother.
Grandma? Jake, I've had a real crazy afternoon. My bakery pitch didn't go well. Wizards apparently are real. And I guess that's it. So when you break it down into pieces, not so bad, I suppose.
The case opens, and there, a tiny beast appears out of it.
Hey, little buddy. Hey, where'd you come from?
The beast lunges. It latches on to Jake. Blood flies everywhere as Jake bleeds, his eyes widen as even more fantastic friends escape from this case, including a horny rhino-looking thing who just smashes through the wall to this second-floor apartment building. The little ferocious beast looks to Jake again. It attacks again. It jumps from his window. We cut to the apartment below Jake's. Everyone is confused as to the noise that is going on above them. Then the little beast appears. They try to scream, but it's too late. This tiny little beast lunges. They are all wiped out. We follow this little rat as it makes its way through the entire building. We see so many family photos. Each are hard to make out because of all the blood. The beast looks to the camera, and it lunges at us. We cut to outside the streets of New York City. Tina and Eddie stand outside of Jake's destroyed apartment. Eddie spies one of his fantastic bug friends flying around. He shrugs. The two walk through the crowds towards a police officer. This police officer, you can just clearly tell the moment they open their mouth that this police officer is from New York City. Born, raised, because of their New York accent. Listen, I know that you know that this is just an actor. This is a person who, trains. This is a person who's gone to school. So this person's New York accent is just like, it's like, you would maybe even wonder, it's like, do they have an MFA in New York accents? You're going to wonder that. And then you may even ask it out loud. You can ask it in the chat. And the answer is going to be yes. This police officer has a New York accent. Let's hear it.
Hey, everybody stand back. It was just a gas explosion, just your standard run-of-the-mill destruction selective gas explosion. And I hear you. Someone ought to do something about it, right? That someone is me, your local New York police officer. That's my job, so I'm on it. I'm keeping you safe.
Eddie and Tina walk up to this officer.
Hey, you two can't go up there. This is a major crime scene. And I take my job as seriously as I take the love of my home, New York. I'm police officer in here.
I got this. Yes, we can.
Works for me. Off you go.
They walk past him.
Good police officerin', Jerry. Good police officerin'.
We cut back into Jake's thoroughly destroyed home. Eddie enters and quickly repairs the damage to the walls. There are still bloodstains everywhere. Eddie sees his open case and he closes it very quickly.
Wait, was that case open?
Oh, just a teensy bit. I wouldn't worry.
Eddie opens the case again and looks inside.
Dude, where's my fantastic friends?
Help me.
Oh, that is a lot of blood.
It's still here. It's still, oh no. Oh no.
Oh, Eddie.
Yep. Struggles happen.
Hey, you're that guy.
I am, and I'm going to erase your mind now. Okay, Veronica. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Oh, Eddie.
Tina grabs Eddie's wand.
Wait, stop. You can't.
But you've been saying the whole time I should have.
We need him as a witness.
But you said...
Are you here to help me?
Okay, this bite, is it serious?
No, yes, no, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna be honest because of this bite. He might shoot fire out of his butt. Maybe. Probably not. He probably won't shoot fire out of his butt. But I'm bringing up the idea, the possibility that flames may jet right out of his anus. So just if it happens, it won't be a surprise, but I also wouldn't get any hopes up about seeing some flames shooting straight out of the bum action.
See, this is why people don't like your friends.
You leave them out of this. They are harmless and fantastic and completely harmless. They never hurt anyone.
We hear the police officer on the floor below them.
Holy New York moly, we got a lot of dead bodies in this place. Someone call the police. Oh, wait.
We should probably go.
You two are coming with me.
We cut to Tina's apartment, where all of these people are now in Tina's apartment.
To my apartment.
Tina's sister, Queena, enters the room.
Queena, this is Eddie. He's causing a lot of problems. And this is Jake, and he's great. And he's probably gonna die. Oh, and he's a no magi.
Oh. Who may or may not shoot fire out of his butt, maybe, probably not, just making sure it's out there.
Oh, and he also hasn't eaten all day, and oh, that's rough. He didn't get money for his bakery this morning.
Oh, what? Are you reading my mind?
Mm-hmm. Don't you worry. Most guys think that very same thing when they first meet me. And then they think that when I tell them that. Oh, and then they always picture that. And then they think that same sentence, but it gets cut off by me. And then yes, that you did leave your oven on. Yes, that smell is you. Oh, no one's ever thought that before. But then they all do picture exactly that.
Is this what dying is? Because I feel like I could use some help at this point. I don't feel good.
But first, we all need a nice meal. Tell me, Eddie, do you prefer pie or toaster strudel?
Oh, personally, I prefer...
This guy prefers toaster strudel.
Queena uses her wand and magically assembles a toaster strudel. Yes, I'm aware that's a Pop-Tart, but it's a toaster strudel. She heats it up with magic, and it delicately falls onto a plate.
Eat up. Nobody can ever say no to a good old-fashioned toaster strudel.
Was that specifically a strudel-making spell you just did?
Mm-hmm. Microwavios.
Oh. Yeah, all right. Oh, I feel like ice cold in the middle.
Oh, here, let me fix that. Microwavios an extra 30 seconds.
Oh, hot. Oh, really hot. It's way too hot.
He fans his tongue as his neck begins to bleed again, and Jake just passes out. We cut to Tina's apartment, the upstairs room. Jake and Eddie are laying in very, very, very small beds.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let any more damn beasts out or I knock out your lights.
Okay. Hey, by the way, you got some toaster strudel on your face.
You know what? Remember, you're both in custody of the American wizard government, so I will be leaving you both to trust that you will not leave. All right? Good night.
Tina leaves. Eddie immediately springs up and opens a case. He puts his foot in it, and pastries fly everywhere.
Whoops, wrong case.
Eddie pulls a different case over, and he jumps inside of it. He disappears. He pops back up and motions for Jake to follow him into the case.
I gotta warn you, Eddie, I'm almost to my limit of shenanigans for one day. Almost.
Jake also jumps into this case, where we cut to Eddie's case a moment later. Jake crashes to the floor of a wooden shed. It's a bit of a mess. Lining the walls are various pieces of paper with potential titles for books. We see really cool beasts and where they like to hang out with their friends. Fantastic friends and why they are so fantastic. Captain, fantastic. And 8 reasons these friends are fantastic. Number 7 will make you say, fantastic. Suddenly, Eddie just starts stabbing Jake with a bunch of needles.
Why are you? Why? Hey, stop! Can we not do that?
Here, take these pills.
Eddie throws pills at him.
Eat this fruit, drink this potion, and watch out for this.
Eddie throws a yo-yo beast that unravels and howls just directly in Jake's face. Eddie brings it back.
Oh.
Why the hell would you do that?
Pretty fantastic, huh? I've been studying this one, and I'm pretty sure his venom could be used to make people forget bad memories. Did you hear what I just said? This venom, it might make people forget bad memories.
I gotcha.
Like if it rained and the stuff was mixed in with the rain, poof, bye-bye, bad memories.
Stop emphasizing it.
Eddie throws the yo-yo beast at Jake again.
No, stop.
Sorry. Hey, want to meet my other fantastic friends? Come along.
Eddie opens a door to Eddie's Case's Fun Time Petting Zoo Day. We're suddenly in a shabbily hobbled together world where there lives a poorly constructed petting zoo.
Jake, meet all my best friends.
We see beasts of all kinds around Eddie, and every one of them fantastic. There's wobbles and obbles and bopples and gropples and wapples and schnapples and flopples, even mopples. And there's also a dog with just flowers glued to its head. All manner of sweet, cuddly, crazy, colorful, sometimes misunderstood creatures, all who deserve a loving home, to be cared for, to be treated humanely, even in the darkest of human times. Donation link can be found in the description.
Oh, I love you guys.
We love you too, Eddie.
Thanks. Follow me.
Eddie makes his way to a sandbox with a big sign that says, Arizona. Here flies a very large bird beast. A large Zac Moon bird beast. As it flaps its wings, we hear the sounds of thunder.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is Frank. He's real majestic, friendly, and safe.
Gotta be the plastic bag.
Do not take one more step or he will definitely eat your head. He's harmless when he gets to know you. See, Frank's the reason why I'm here. I'm taking him back to his home. Good old Arizona. Isn't that right, Frank?
Oh man, come on, man. How many times do I have to tell you I'm from Wisconsin? And how can I make you realize I don't need you to take me there? I can fly from here. I got these real big wings, remember? Come on.
We hear what this actually just sounds like to Eddie.
Caw, caw, caw.
Oh, Frank, Pop-Hog.
Eddie hugs Frank.
Oh no, he's coming in for a hug again. Oh man. Oh. I get it, Eddie. You got personal stuff. People don't get you. You don't get people. You just get us. But there's a point where you got to just give humankind a chance and let us be for a bit. Oh, this is a big hug. Oh, come on, man. This is embarrassing. What's the new guy gonna think of me? I'm supposed to be majestic. Come on, man.
Eddie grabs a handful of food and he holds it out to Frank.
Hey, okay, yep, food, okay, yeah.
And Eddie holds it like he's about to throw it.
No, oh, come on, man, don't make me fly for it. Majesty, that's my thing, not tricks.
Eddie throws the food up. Frank looks right to the camera.
Jeez Louise. Wizards, am I right?
And that's Frank. Come with me. I'll introduce you to the other.
And then we montage. So happy together, or a similar song plays, like this song that you're hearing right now. We see a montage of Eddie playing with all of his friends, all kinds of colorful, crazy creatures. Some of them try to attack Jake. Eddie laughs. Eventually, Jake laughs too. The two have just, a truly great day together. And then, hours later, we're still in Eddie's case. Jake holds a thing of cotton candy. He's eating it when he sees it. A swirling circle of darkness, doom, despair, and an upcoming advance of the plot. He takes a step towards it.
Oh, get back!
What kind of friend is that?
Like everything in this case, it's a harmless friend that can murder you in several ways that even I don't fully comprehend. It's called an obscure sphere, named for the fact that it's sort of an obscure sphere.
Well, yeah, but what is it?
I'm afraid I can't tell you. Not yet. Ask me in about 20 minutes, then I'll tell you everything. Anyways, time to check and make sure that the last 3 of my friends are here.
Eddie turns and he immediately sees 3 empty pens.
Oh, Eddie, where's your fantastic friends? We have to find them before they get hurt.
Yeah, right, before they get hurt.
Don't you know? They're surrounded by the most vicious creatures on the whole planet. Lions! Now, tell me, quick, where would any creature that likes open areas, interesting smells, and a complete lack of civilized life go in this city?
I know just the place.
We cut to Staten Island. Jake and Eddie stand in Staten Island.
No, I was wrong. There are no beasts on Staten Island. This was a bad Joyce, I'm sorry. Okay, option number 2.
We cut to Central Park. A lion walks by. Eddie sees the lion, he screams, and he jumps into Jake's arms.
A lion! It's going to eat us all!
This goes on for a good long while, but eventually the lion is gone. Eddie jumps back to the ground.
Okay, we're looking for one of my bigger friends. He's big, and he's going to just be oozing sexual tension, okay? Jake? Jake?
Jake looks forward, ghastly white. He has already seen it. The camera pans to a definitely not just a rhino beast. It's oozing sexual tension. We cut back to Eddie. Eddie is preparing for the fight of his life.
Eddie, how on this crazy, crazy earth are you going to fight that thing?
I'm gonna have to use the greatest lesson I ever learned from the second greatest teacher I ever had.
We cut to a certain school of magic and magic. Years earlier, a candlelit room. Students sit in a classroom. The teacher enters the room. It happens to be a time-traveling Zac Smith. Bow, 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 bow.
Yo! What's up, Daddy-O's? Zac Smith here. Welcome to Creatures Class. I'm your teacher, Zac Smith. You can trust everything I say because I am from the future. So I know how it all goes down. Got it? Don't ask questions, you cake eaters, you dewdroppers, you duck nuts. I'm the cat's meow. Least all the cats will be meowing. That's right. I learned a bunch of the 20s phrases because that's the only way you weirdos from the past seem to be able to understand me, you ducks nuts. That's a real phrase. It's something you say, but trust me, all the bees still drop to their knees when they see me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, children. Bees! You 1910-ish fuckers. Hey, where can a guy get some hooch around here? Yeah. Zac Smith loves his hooch. I've been trying to get some hooch all around. Everyone have a good summer? Because I did. Let me tell you about it. I've been time traveling back and forth. I ended up in 2016, towards the end of it. I met an amazing friend, probably one of my best friends, William McFarland. Some of us called him Billy. And that kid had a fucking dream. He had a dream to start a festival. And I said, Billy, you want to make a festival, you go out there and do it. Because we're sitting out there sipping pina coladas. I don't know if you guys have those yet, but they're a thing that'll exist. We're out there smoking the J Jube hoochies. And he's like, I want to make a whole group with people and bands. And I said, you do it. You do it, Billy. You make it happen. And he was like, I don't think I can. I don't have the resources. I was like, hey, pretend like you have all the resources. Act like you do, and it'll happen. Put your best foot forward. Make everybody feel like you do, and it'll come to you. You know, feel the dreams. You don't know what that movie is. It's going to come out later. But if you build it, they will come. So I said, put it out there. You know? He's like, I want to have a festival. I want this festival to be fire. And I was like, it's going to be fire. And I was like, you got to get Ja Rule. You don't know who that is right now. It's, again, this is out of your thing. It's not, he's not in the rule book. His name is Ja Rule. You'll probably never heard it. You guys will probably die before, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be around. I don't know. Wizards' lives are longer. Doesn't matter. He'll be there. They'll put the festival out. And I said, do it around, you know, April, May 2017. Just put everything out there first and then worry about everything later, you know? And he was like, I'm going to do it. Doesn't matter what happens. I left. I skeetered back over here. As I called it, skeet back over here, because that's how it works for me. And then I ended up here, but I'm gonna do my own festival. It's called the Cat's Pajamas Festival. Oh, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna have Greta Garbo. It's gonna have Coco Chanel. It's gonna have Chaplin's gonna be there. Charlie, you know that fucker. He's gonna be silent the whole time. I'm gonna be like, stop. The Fitzgeralds, F. Scott, Zelda, all of them, they're going to be there. So come to the festival, send me your money, just send it to me, and we're going to have ham sandwiches or whatever the fuck you fucks eat. Doesn't matter. Check it out. It's going to be there. Cat's Pajamas Festival, whatever date we're in. Check it out. All right. But enough about that. It's time to teach today's lesson. I'm going to show you all how to seduce like one of those giant elephants. Those huge, weird elephants that you'll have, or something of a similar size. Why? Why not? I ask you. This could save your life. Now take notes, because I'm going to teach you how to get it on with some beast. Nookies, what I mean for your past people. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Okay, so first thing you got to do is show the creature who's boss.
Zac Smith
So
does.
you're going to show the...
You see it.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to show you what's going to happen, all right? You ready? Okay. First of all, do a dominant stance, and then do one of those, and then put your finger up like it's your butthole. You see that? And you go, make that noise. A lot of that. You're going to do a lot of aggressive forcement movement, okay? Yeah. Get down real low, let out some grunts, some shorts, snort, and then what you do next up is you do the beast. Beast is on board. Fantastic. Any questions?
The camera pans to a classroom of 13-year-old children. They all slowly raise their hands.
No questions can be about me being from the future.
All lower their hands except for a young Eddie Redmayne.
You creepy, pale, awkward kid. What?
Oh, would you mind showing us that again?
You bet your 13-year-old ass I can. Here we go.
He starts to do his mating ritual again, and this slowly fades into Central Park. We're back here where Eddie is doing the same dance that Zac Smith taught him all those years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is such a fantastic friend. Yeah. Ha, ha. Yeah. Yeah.
The not rhino looks so confused at what Eddie is doing. The rhino turns to Jake. It begins to run at him, but as Jake turns to flee, something shifts inside. Jake grabs his stomach.
Oh no. Oh no.
And beautiful flames shoot out of his butt. Butt flames just go everywhere. Terrified, the rhino clambers as fast as it can back into the case. Eddie runs and closes it. Eddie looks to Jake's smoking pants. He then looks directly to us.
Oh, well, I said it probably wouldn't happen, didn't I?
Eddie opens his case and begins to climb in.
Come on and jump into my case.
Here in this public place?
Hey, that rhymes.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, statistically, what else could go wrong, right?
They jump into the case. As soon as it closes, Tina runs up, closes the case, and grabs it. She starts to scurry off on the ice, and she falls.
Ow.
She freezes in pain where we would see a newspaper headline, "Woman falls on ice." But what we really want to know is what's going on at that weird church right now, where we cut to a black screen. A black screen. We see... That looks like this. There it is. Where we hear a voice. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Film 15. Everything you might ever need to know about the second church of the second coming of the second Salem We Hate the Witches people. We're in a church. Everyone in this church happens to have the same weird bowl-shaped haircut. A young girl named Decency plays Puritan hopscotch.
Witches are real. Witches are a big deal.
The camera pans to an older woman nodding in approval. Her name is her mother Mary, and we can tell from her haircut that she too hates witches. Okay, so basically there's this church, in quotes, of people, and man, they hate witches. And they have a bunch of followers, but they are mostly just children that they feed, and then they force them to read pamphlets that they make. A bunch of people are handed pamphlets. They read them. This one's Mary. She's the leader. And this one here is Creedy. Yeah. Look at Creedy. I feel bad for him, too. Let me tell you this, he's got a dark secret underneath that haircut that he has. Well, you see, he meets with this guy a whole lot.
Greetings. You're my favorite. Non-magical boy there is. You know that. Right? Ah.
You?
I know what you're thinking, and you're right. This is really weird. And, well, it's time for our It's About to Get Really Dark alert now, because, well, you see, because of Creedy's chat with this one guy, well, he gets beaten by his mother with a belt. But that's like, too dark for this story, right? We shouldn't show that. Oh, should we? Oh, well, it's too late. It's already happening, and here it comes again. Oh. We don't want to, like, build up to this level of dark. I mean, like, just like last time we took our time to get to, so, okay, you know what? Never mind. Anyways, these witch-hating people have really somehow captured the hearts and attention of some people in New York, and they built an off-camera following, and then they got a meeting with big-time newspaper editor Jon Voight. Say hello to Jon Voight, everyone.
Hello, welcome to my, I'm Jon Voight. My newspaper office.
Thanks, Jon Voight. Fun fact, he's got a senator for a kid. Good for him. He must be proud. Well, you see, Mary, with the haircut, pitches him on all this witch-hating stuff, and he laughs because, well, I mean, yeah, he's a sensible, intelligent man. Though I suppose signs are kind of like all over the city that something's going on, but, I don't know how to feel. Can I take a break? I cannot? Well, I'll keep going then. So, that senator kid of Jon Voight's, well, he does a speech, and it's at that moment that a big, magical, spooky, dark special effect, similar to the one at the beginning of the movie, the thing that hates subways, shows up, and he lifts him up, and he tears up his picture behind him, and he leaves him just like super dead in front of Jon Voight and all these other people, leading one man in this crowd to stand up and dramatically whisper at this sight,
Witches.
We pan around to a fancy woman seated at the same table as the man who said witches, with a aghast look of horror on her scene, but she slowly turns to the man who just whispered witches.
What? Did you just... I'm sorry, excuse me. Sir, did I just hear you whisper witches? I mean, oh my goodness, that was crazy and awful. But you leapt first thing to witches. Did anyone else... Did anyone else hear this man whisper witches? Are we ignoring that? Oh, okay, so you're all looking at me like I'm the asshole right now. Look, I agree we should be focusing on the dead senator in front of us, but I will not ignore that this adult man just stood up and immediately blamed this on witches? Nobody else thinks, okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, I guess, witches.
And that, my friends, is, I think, all we need to know about these Salem folks. I guess it turns out they were right, and we should hate witches. Moral learned. Thanks for listening. We cut to the Ankusapero American Samoa secret meeting room. A quick shot of that exposure clock. The dial moves from uh-oh to yikes. We follow the hallways until we are in a chamber where a very important meeting is taking place. Madam President addresses a room full of wizards from all over the world. It's that congregation that we mentioned earlier, I guess.
Thank you all for literally immediately assembling Wizards of the World.
Yes.
Yep. Happy to be here.
We-
Happy to be here.
Yeah, because you Americans threaten to expose us all. I have no strong feelings on this, but others do.
Indubitably.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No!
Listen, I will not be lectured by a man who let surprise Johnny Depp slip through his fingers.
Ooh. This wizard from Switzerland is hurt by this.
Yeah, ouch. That was a good one. In our defense, he's very good at escaping.
The doors to this very important meeting swing open, and that classroom taking the field trip walks in.
Keep up, class. As you can see, we've just walked right into a meeting with all of the most important wizard figures on the globe. Next, we're going to see which of their offices we can get into. Come along. Little Adam, don't play with the Russian man's hat.
Oh, but it's so fuzzy.
The field trip leaves. The door opens as Tina walks in.
Ugh.
Tina, we're too busy to deal with you and your thing.
I'm sorry, Madam President, but ma'am, yesterday a wizard entered New York with a case. The case was.
Her voice slowly starts to trail off. And
Who's that,
we
eh?
suddenly pan. We pan through the wizards and focuses on two in the very back of this group of wizards. These are the envoys from Canada, Todd and Brian. They stand on their tiptoes trying to see. They can barely hear a thing.
Who's that, eh? What's she doing here?
I don't know. I'm trying to listen, bud.
What's that she got in her hands, eh? Is it a lunchbox? What is it, huh?
I can't see either, Todd. Just sit down and shut up.
I think it's a leather case. Funny. I got the same case at home. That's funny, eh? You think it's funny, right?
Todd, seriously, you gotta stop talking. This is why we don't get invited to the cool American wizard events and parties. It's why we get shoved in the back. You don't know when to shut up.
All right, fine.
We briefly see Eddie in the background coming out of his case.
Finally, Arizona. Oh, Eddie.
A gasp from the crowd. Tons of hubbub.
Ooh.
Oh, I missed it. I missed what happened. Brian, what happened?
I don't know. Some weird fella stepped out of a briefcase. There's another person coming out of the case now.
He's a no magi.
What? A no magi?
What? No.
No.
Brian, who's the second guy?
Todd, let me.
Who is he?
Oh, he's a no magi apparently.
Kate's guy brought a no magi here? That's a no. I gotta say something.
Todd, please don't say anything. Don't. You're gonna embarrass us. Don't yell anything. Don't make a scene, please.
Oblivionate him! Yes! Nailed it! Did you hear that, Brian? Everybody loved that. Everybody loves me.
Everyone hates you. I hate you. When we get back to the House of Magic Representatives, I'm telling the Mountie of Magic, you get left in Canada next time.
Hey! Oblivionate him! Oblivionate him! That's me! I'm that guy! I said that! Damn! That moment has passed. Oh, there's my 15 minutes gone. What do I do with my life now?
Oh!
Take them all away.
Not
No!
Yeah! Oblivionate all three of them!
No, please don't hurt my friends. They're fantastic. Please.
A long pause.
Oblivionate!
Shut the hell up, Todd.
Todd. Who's Todd?
Brian, the Canadian wizard from the Irish portion of Canada, looks to Todd for a moment. A puzzled look crosses his face.
Wait a second. You're not Todd. Oh, Revealio.
Todd is slowly revealed to be Surprise Johnny Depp.
Will we die? Just a little?
What?
And in a cloud of smoke, Surprise Johnny Depp vanishes.
My best friend. My business partner. Did he ever exist? Surely. I mean, he was the best man at my wedding. Wait a second. My wedding? I can't remember my wedding. Who am I even? Who? Revealio.
He points the wand at himself and he slowly morphs into also Surprise Johnny Depp.
Will we die? Just a little?
And with that, we cut to the Peregrine American Samoa prison cells where Eddie, Tina, and Jake, who has still not been oblivionated, sit in a cell. A guard stands in front of them.
Okay, so can someone just please tell me what these obscure sphere things are that apparently killed my senator and have now framed us for some sort of crime? Look, because I'm almost at the end of my rope here. It's I guess almost.
Only been about 19-ish minutes. Well, you see, it's a sphere, an obscure one. Oh, you need more information. Okay, It's an unstable, dark sort of a magic cloud that bursts out of a young witch or wizard when their magic is suppressed. It hates people and it hates buildings, but it hates public transportation the most, and they 100% definitely don't live past the age of 10. That's a rule. None past the age of 10. I write books on the subject, so I know.
Wow, that's actually pretty tragic sounding.
The guard standing there opens their cell door.
Eddie, Tina, you're with me.
Oh, bye, Jake. I hope you open up that flower shop or whatever.
And they're all gone, except for Jake.
Yeah. The worries of my past seem so trivial now with everything else going on. Witnessing the trials some people go through every day, even the large amount of physical pain I've endured doesn't seem like a burden. Really gone on a journey, huh, Gram?
Jake's grandmother appears. She nods in approval.
Thanks, Grammy. Thanks.
Jake is attacked by a beast.
Oh, it's a beast! Where did this thing come from?
We cut to the interrogation room day. That gravely demeanored man sits at a desk. Eddie and Tina are led in and sit in front of him.
You're an interesting man, Mr. Redmayne. A fine student who was thrown out of a certain school of magic and magic for endangering human lives with a beast.
That was an accident.
27 times. It happened 27 times.
They were all accidents. Sometimes the accidents repeated. I Eddie'd myself every time.
Tell me, Eddie, why is the current transfig teacher a real Jude Law type, whom I have no personal relationship with? Nothing personal about it at all. Why is he so fond of you?
I suppose we'll just have to watch more movies to find out.
Eddie winks at the camera.
And you know I will, Mr. Redmayne, but for now, perhaps you can explain. This.
He reaches into a case and he pulls out a pastry.
Gasp! A new beast!
That's a cheese Danish.
Oh, sorry, wrong case. I have the same one at home. Now explain. This.
He pulls out the obscure sphere.
Gasp!
Okay, so yeah, that's an obscure sphere, but it's the actual only harmless thing in my case. It's not the one you're
So
looking
it's useless. It can't be used for any nefarious plans. Not that I have any. I'm just a run-of-the-mill Irish-American magical detective type. Maybe it's you who has the evil plans. Mr. Redmayne, what do you say to that, huh? I sentence you to death. Guard, kill them.
Oh, sorry, sir. Don't they need to have a trial or something?
No.
I can't argue with that. Okay, come along now, Mr. Redmayne.
Wait. Take Tina, too.
He points to Tina.
Put her back in her cell. I understand what you want.
No. Kill her, too.
Okay. One question. She's a government employee, and as far as I know, she hasn't been involved in any sort of illegal activity. Actually, she just wanted to turn him in for the very reason you want him dead now, so shouldn't we?
No.
All right. Got it. Works for me. Both of yous. Come on. Time to die.
Oh,
no.
The guard takes Tina and Eddie away. We cut to somewhere else. Day. 2 wizard employees are having a quick chat at their desk. We see Queena walking away in the background.
Hey, Beverly, you still have that priceless set of irreplaceable teacups and coffee mugs, yeah?
I do. They are my prized possessions. One of a kind. I'd honestly lose the will to live if something happened to them.
Mind if I take a peek at them for a hot second?
Oh, I let old Queena borrow him for a meeting real quick.
A loud crash. Queena just drops that tray. Glass flies everywhere, and everything on it has broken. Queena starts to run back in their direction.
What the hell, Queena?
Sorry, I've had a vision. I mean, lady stuff. I'll replace them.
You can't. You can't.
As she cries, we hear a voice, and that was film number 18. No use crying over spilled coffee. We cut to the death chair room. Day, where Tina and Eddie are in a big white room with a chair in it. This is the death chair. Tina talks to the guard.
Please, don't do this.
Trust me, it doesn't hurt.
Wait. What is this even?
It's the chair.
This is how American wizards kill their prisoners? How did this come about?
We cut to early America, the 1600s. We're back in colonial times. Those same two colonials from the ship earlier stand looking at a prisoner. They have aged.
Well, here we are, Reginald. The first crime punishable by death committed in Wizard America. However, are we going to execute this prisoner?
Well, we've got the spell that immediately kills a person, so I figure we'll just want to go with that.
Works for me.
Nay! Nay, I say!
Materializing into thin air right next to them, the ghost of Martsy Partsy appears, fancy as ever.
Hey, it's me, the ghost of Martsy Partsy, back from my death at the vile hands of scurvy to help you out with this whole capital punishment conundrum.
Oh, dear Martsy, we'll figure we'll just go with the old Avada Kedavra.
Yarn, put me to sleep, not to death. Nay, I say, where's the fun? Where's the uniqueness? Where's the theatricality? This is about the new wild we're talking about.
I think we just want something simple here, Martsy.
Oh, fine, here. Let me think. I'll help you think of something nice, simple, easy, and efficient. We'll be thinking long and hard. So I'm just going to take a seat, and I've got it. I've got the idea. We're done. So we've got a chair, and we put it in a room. The chair sits above a pool of memories. Good memories. We show them their favorite moments so they feel good when they die. But then the memories turn into a sort of boiling black acid liquid death. You writing this down? The boiling liquid rises up around the prisoner and then collapses on them until they are dead and they are punished. Great. Done. Build it. Okay, that's all for now. Goodbye.
And just like that, Martsy Partsy is gone.
So, shall we just do all of that?
Easier for us. To the death chair, prisoner.
We cut from them to a hallway where Eddie, Queena, Jake, and Tina run. Welcome back to the movie. Because of time, well, you see, during that last film, we're just gonna go through the hits real quick. Eddie and Tina managed to escape with the help of Eddie's friends, his beast friends, and well, Queena helped save Jake from having his memory erased, who then proved his own usefulness by kicking down a high-ranking official's door, the best kind of magic, door kicking. They grabbed Eddie's case, and then everyone just knew to meet up, and they all ran through this corridor.
Eddie, here's your case.
Whoa, how did you get this?
I kicked down a high-ranking official's door.
Looks like you had it in you all along, Jake. You achieved your dream of kicking down a door.
I guess I did, didn't I?
Eddie, are there any more of your friends to find?
Yes, one, but see, there's a funny thing about this one.
They all stop running.
He's invisible.
Everyone laughs. Oh, what a fun time they're having.
Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Oh, me.
Well, looks like we'll have to get some information. And there's only one place to get information here in the 1920s.
A speakeasy.
A speakeasy.
A speakeasy.
A speakeasy.
Where do we cut to? A speakeasy. Roaring 20s music brings us to a bar full of all kinds of fascinating creatures, giants, elves, goblins. We see a jazz goblin satin and singing on a stage.
Skibbity-doo-bop, jazz, jazz, yeah. Skibbity-doo-wah, wibble-way, woo-wah-wah, jazz. Unicorns, jazz. Phoenix, jazz, jazz, jazzy, jazz, yeah.
The audience bursts in applause. Film 20, An Evening with the Jazz Goblin.
Thank you so much for that. And Jazz Goblin, yap her yams and kick her gams for you drugstore cowboys. Anyone getting zazzled tonight?
Woo. Yeah.
Gee, that's for sure.
The camera pans and we see two patrons at the bar drinking this same liquid that makes you giggle after you drink it.
The world feels like it's crumbling. I always got a stinking feeling in the pit of my stomach, and it finally happened. She left me. She left me all alone.
Well, I just lost my job. I'm broke. I'm done in. I'm starting to wonder if things will ever be normal again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They cheers. They drink. They laugh.
Oh, yeah.
They cry. They drink again.
Oh, yeah.
They laugh. They cry. They are all of us. We cut back to the Jazz Goblin.
This next song goes out to all the folks out there having a tough go of it. I don't know who needs to hear it. It's definitely those two, but could also be you. Mr. Werewolf Pianist, why don't you take us all? I dreamt of sunshine. Clouds all danced in away. Stepped outside my front door. Until then, it's just a dream. I thought of my friends out there feeling all alone. We should be together. Until then, it's just a dream. Each night when I close my eyes, I'll be with you, my friend. Dancing till the morning light. Every dream has an end. And when that day and I can hold you in arms. I will never let go. Until then, it's just a dream. Each night when I close my eyes, I'll be with you, my friend. We'll dance until the morning light. But every dream has an end. And when that day comes, and I can hold you in my arms, I will never let go. Until then, it's just a dream. Until then, it's just a dream.
And applause, applause for the Jazz Goblin. It's all done. So much applause. Feel free to applaud at home. Wow. Applause. So much applause. The applause continues. The applause goes on. And the camera travels. Oh, and no, it doesn't. The applause is done. We settle on the Jazz Goblin.
Thank you. Now for my final song, Skippity Doo Wop, Jazz.
The camera travels to the door of the bar where Eddie, Tina, Queena, and Jake all enter, looking fancy, ready to paint the town red.
All right, let's get some information and let's make it quick and easy.
Jazz.
And we cut to, we're in the bar. Moments later, the bar is red with blood. It's just pure chaos here. Something has gone horribly wrong. Wizard officials are arresting all sorts of people. Spells are flying everywhere. We briefly see the Jazz Goblin being arrested. Just so much fight choreography. Eddie and the gang, having gotten what they came for, they all vanish. I think they got what they came for at least. I don't really remember, but we're going to assume that they got it. That information. Everyone at the bar continues to fight. They all stop and they take a drink of alcohol.
It's a viaggiamento!
They resume to fighting each other. We cut to the interior of Macy's department store. Eddie, Jake, and Tina appear.
Okay, that mob boss goblin at the speakeasy definitely said he'd seen some sort of invisible creature at this Macy's.
Hey, how did anyone see it if it's invisible?
Also, Mr. Redmayne, when you gave away your little twig friend that you've had in your pocket this whole time.
Don't worry. I never give away my little tree friend.
Yes, we see Eddie's little tree friend. We didn't have time for this before now, but Eddie's got the little tree friend. It looks like that. And you know what? You could just plug it into this story anywhere you want.
But you
Don't worry, I'll never give it away.
You only got him back because all them wizard officials showed up. So what was your plan to get him back if all the commotion didn't happen?
Oh, you know. Be quick and easy.
Yes, and then there's more we cut to 5 more minutes later. More chaos. And in Macy's, a gigantic snake-like bonus beast is just slithering around all throughout the store, destroying everything inside of this Macy's. Everyone screams. Just like that, everyone screams. The camera pans back and we see 2 sportscasters sitting at a desk commentating on the events before us.
Hello and welcome back to Beast Catching, only on 1920s SPN 22. The only magical sports show in existence, Beast Catching. Is it the new soccer? Maybe. Tell us where we're at, Bob.
Well, Bob, we're at the Macy's on 34th Street, where a couple of plucky young wizards and a regular guy are currently trying to catch a surprise 4th escape beast, which is not the invisible one they came here to find. It's a giant snake that can grow to the size of any room, wherever she may.
Oh, gonna have to stop you, Bob. It looks like Eddie has called for Tina to find an insect as bait for the beast, which shouldn't be hard to magic into existence.
But again, Tina has managed to just locate a regular old roach hanging out in the Macy's where all of this commotion is happening. What are the odds she's trying to catch it? Oh, she can't. Bob, tell me, what on earth is going on here?
I'm asking myself the same question. Hold on. It looks like Jake has caught the cockroach. I'm hot. Not quite sure where this is going, Bob. Oh.
Teapot! Oh, Tina has shouted teapot and is holding one up, perhaps letting us know what the object is. Bob, surely she can't be counting on him to throw that roach into the teapot. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, mother of wizard Jesus.
Oh my God.
The regular old no maggy match has just thrown the cockroach, and now Tina is seemingly attempting to catch it in that tiny teapot. Bob, this has to be an impossible task, surely, to end in fail.
It's in. It is in. It is in. Oh, the roach is falling. The roach is falling into the teapot, and the giant snake bird is following suit, shrinking to the size of the inside of that teapot, and it's now fully in. Just wow, Bob.
Bob, this is one of those sports moments where you'll always remember where you were at the moment it happened.
We have witnessed magical sports history, Bob, which I suppose is making me question whether anyone watches this program of ours. We're a visual medium, and no such device exists to watch it. Are we doomed to be the only ones who ever knew this happened? Are we wasting our lives away?
Gonna stop you right there, Bob, before you can crush my dreams any further, as it looks like the team is crawling back into their case to return the final beast, and it looks like our team here is done. For Wizards ESPN2, I'm Bob.
And I'm Bob. Good night.
They vanish. For a moment, we just sit in this empty, destroyed Macy's. Then we hear two voices from outside the door. Mr. Macy's, the boss of all Macy's, and Louise, a manager at Macy's.
Mr. Macy's, I think you'll be very pleased with what I did on the inside. It's organized down to the smallest speck. Spent all week setting it up, and I say this will make Macy's the place to go.
Well, Louise, if I think it's the bee's knees, there's definitely a promotion in your future.
They open the door to the carnage. They take a moment and they just take in this carnage of what happened inside this Macy's.
Louise, you're fired.
Yeah, okay.
And in fact, I'm shutting down Macy's forever.
Text appears above Mr. Macy's, and that is how Macy's department store shut down forever in the world of Puffs. We cut to Eddie's case. We see Eddie put his final friends back in their petting pens. Queena stands looking at a photograph sitting on Eddie's dresser. The photo is of a woman from Eddie's past that we'll meet eventually.
Hey, who is she?
Oh, that's no one.
Queena just stares at Eddie for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Oh, her, huh? I know her. People talk about her family.
Please don't read my mind.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Wow, you two were real close, huh?
I asked you not to,
Oh, yeah, okay. You two did a lot of stuff when you was alone with each other, huh?
Hey!
Wow, that must have been so embarrassing for you.
Oh, get out of my brain!
Queena then looks and sees another picture on the table. It is of a woman named Margaret Jones.
And what about her?
Her? Well, that's a very special memory from school.
Eddie flashes back in his mind for a moment to his old school days. Eddie is talking to a girl. Her name, Margaret Jones, Megan's great-grandmother and a fellow Puff.
Hi, mind if I take your picture, stranger?
I'd rather you don't.
I'm gonna put this... Oh, yeah, here you go. I'm gonna put this on a shelf in my case forever.
Who the hell are you, you freak?
And this is the end of that flashback. Tina and Jake walk over to Eddie and Queena.
What you cool cats talking about?
School days.
School? You guys got magic schools? Oh, is there one here in America?
Yep, the best wizard school in the whole world is in America.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it is.
Nuh-uh.
It definitely is.
Except it's not.
Oh, right. This is coming from an expelled Puff.
What's a puff? Ooh, can I ask that? Is that word like bad?
A puff is just a person who is lucky enough to find themselves placed in a group of really nice people who take classes together, who help each other, and will do anything for each other because they are loyal and kind to any and all their friends, whether they be beasts or not beasts, fantastic or, well, their friends are always pretty fantastic. Also, we live very close to the kitchens, which is great, and also badgers. Those are great too. Maybe one day they'll have a story of their own.
Eddie looks dreamingly out. Perhaps everyone does, even the audience.
Yeah, right.
A sudden burst of thunder. Frank, the bird of thunder, screeches.
Oh, what's that, boy? Is there danger?
What? No, not at all. I'm just stretching my wings, and it's just what happens when I do that. I'm a bird of thunder. Come on, man.
Do you think it's something serious?
We found all my friends. What else is there to be done? I'm sure it's nothing at all.
They stand there for a moment. They look to each other. They look out.
Something's about to go wrong, right?
We cut to a newspaper. The headline reads, "Something goes wrong. How many papers do we put out in one single day? This has got to be a waste of resources, right?" And then we cut to 20 to 30 minutes later. We are in Times Square. The four stand and watch as a gigantic cloud of doom, destruction, and greed rips apart New York City. Cars are ravaged. Every building on 50th and 49th Street between 8th and 9th Avenue is destroyed, creating a wide open plaza in the center of the road and revealing a large underground hole. A person stands between it, and we watch as they go, this joke only works if you saw the show at New World Stages. Briefly, we see Creedy's face burst out of this cloud.
Look, it's that Salem boy. He's the obscure sphere.
But he's not under the age of 10.
Yes, sir.
Well, you said one of those things definitely had to be under the age of 10.
Ready?
I guess let's try and save him.
Look, I'm just trying to get this bird to Arizona. Don't know if I should be involved, but okay, fine. But only because you're my friends now.
That giant cloud gets closer and closer to them, and then everything pauses. We hear a familiar voice, the voice from film 15. Oh boy, didn't think I'd be back, did ya? Well, neither did I. I was on a break. But turns out there's a few more things you need to know here. Film 23. More things I guess you probably maybe need to know about the second coming of the second church of the Salem people. It's the thing I said earlier. Well, okay, so Creedy, the kid with the hair, well, he killed his mom, the woman with the hair earlier, but we didn't know that was him doing it, which led to this scene with this guy and Creedy.
You're a dumb, unattractive boy with a weird haircut who definitely can't do magic and have nothing magical about you. Where's your sister? She's got the magic in her, and I need her for my plans.
And then, literally less than a minute later, a shot of a wall crumbling, and a very evil, magical Creedy stands there, all Akira-y.
Takesy backsies, Creedy, my boy?
No takesy backsies.
And then Creedy just destroyed a whole bunch of stuff as a swirling orb of dark CGI, but he mostly destroyed buses and subway cars. Well, until he is surrounded by a bunch of government officials whom he also destroys. And it was just like that Creedy, a boy no one believed in, became the most fantastic of all friends. And Eddie here knew just where to find him. Hey, the name, okay, it's not important. We cut to an underground subway where Teddy, Ina, and that grave man all stand in front of the giant Credence cloud. They are all trying to talk him down.
Creedy!
Creedy! Creedy! It's me, your old pal, you beautiful cloud of magic. You know me? Come to Papa. Let Papa give you a purpose.
No, he's lying to you, Creedy. You remember me, right? I tried to help you, and because of it, I lost all respect at my job. But hey, I don't care about respect, clearly. I just want to help you, Creedy.
Oh, Creedy, I don't know you. We've never met, and we've only been in the same vicinity once, and we didn't interact at all. At the bank, remember? The bank. You probably don't. I don't. Creedy!
Magical Bald Eagle Task Force 6. There's a 6 now. They show up. They raise wands at Creedy.
No, put your wands down. Anyone who uses them will answer to me.
They don't listen, and they just totally throw lots of light and spells and magic at the obscure fear. Eventually, the cloud called Creedy dissipates. Creedy is dead and gone. For sure. I mean, we saw it. He exploded. You were there. I was there too. And you were there? Oh, wait, a little piece floats away. Never mind, I take it back.
Fools. How dare you?
Madam President appears.
He was killed in my orders. He risked exposing us all by, destroying the entire city. People might have noticed a thing like that. We have secrecy laws, remember?
Who do these laws protect? Us? Or them? Huh? I won't bow to the no magis any longer, and neither should any of you.
A random guard somewhere leans over to someone next to him.
Is it just me, or is he acting a little different the last few days? Like he's someone else.
The grave, demeanored man throws out a bunch of spells at a lot of different people. Eddie jumps in front of him.
Oh, wait! I got a question for you, Mr. Dude. Where's my fantastic friends?
I don't know.
Eddie throws the yo-yo beast friend at him.
Holy shit!
There's my fantastic friend. It's in your face. That's where you can find it. In your face. Rope spells.
Ropes come out of Eddie's wand and wrap around. Tina points her wand at this grave man.
Expilodermis!
He is disarmed. Eddie walks over to him.
Now, let's find out just who you really are, mister.
Eddie grabs the skin under his chin and begins to pull up.
I can't get it off. Guess he is who he says he is.
Eddie.
Magic, maybe?
Oh, sorry. Revelio.
And just like that, slowly, this man's face is transformed into ... Surprise Johnny Depp. Everyone gasped, except people who read the internet.
Yeah, I called it.
Madam President walks
Looks
over.
like we got you, Johnny.
Do you really think you can hold me?
Not at all, Mr. Depp. But we certainly can pretend that we will for closure's sake.
2 magical task force bald eagle 6 soldiers grab onto Surprise Johnny Depp and they drag him off. He looks into Eddie's eyes.
Will we die? Just a little?
What?
Will we die? Just a little?
What?
Will we die? Just a little?
Maybe?
Good answer.
Eddie stands smiling as Surprise Johnny Depp is dragged away behind him. He helped. Eddie turns away. Johnny immediately overpowers the guards and escapes in the background. Eddie continues to smile.
I helped.
Time cut. Moments later, Queena and Jake show up. Jake hands Eddie his case, and Madam President walks over to Eddie.
Looks like we owe you an apology, Mr. Redmayne.
An apology?
A random presidential aide has spoken up.
I'm sorry, but do we? I mean, yeah, he did us a nice solid by stopping the evil wizard, bravo. But he still came here illegally with his case full of illegal creatures that got out and tried to harm people, did harm people, which is illegal and was avoidable if he just, fixed the lock on his case that sometimes opens on its own. Maybe even just by tying a rope around it if he's going somewhere new. Also, he was using magic like all the time, everywhere, in front of whoever, which is, illegal. And he has been taking this guy around with him to all of our magical places.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jake. I'm not magical. Learned a lot. Can't wait to tell my friends.
Yeah, that's the most illegal thing. I just get the feeling that he maybe came to our country without looking up a single thing about our wizard laws and our wizard society. So I just asked, do we?
We're sorry, Mr. Redmayne. I offer this handshake to make up for it. Tell us, how did you manage to make this all happen?
Just a testament, I suppose, to what is possible when you have a little help from your fantastic friends. Even my new ones, who are less hairy and clawy, but fantastic nonetheless. Puff, huff!
Eddie goes to hug the president. She ducks out of the way.
But it looks like wizards are forever exposed to the world. This is going to look very bad for me when I run for re-election. If only there was a way to make every person in this city forget all these bad memories from the last few days. If only there was some kind of eraser for bad memories.
Yep, if only. Well, I better be going.
Hey, Eddie, you got your one friend who can do exactly that. You did some exposition about it to me, right? Remember?
I do? I do! Yeah!
Time cuts. Eddie opens his case and Frank flies out. We hear Frank's voice inside his head.
All right, Arizona. Finally, Arizona.
Okay, Frank, this isn't Arizona.
Come on, man. You had one job.
I figure this is close enough.
Anywhere would have been close enough. Wings. Jeez, this guy.
But we need you right now to do us a favor.
I can't wait to never see your face again.
I'll miss you too, friend.
No more hugs. Oh, come on.
Eddie hugs him and attaches a small vial to Frank's foot.
You know what to do?
I don't, but I'll just do what I naturally should do in this situation.
Frank flies up into the sky. We see the New York sky at dawn. Frank flies high, higher into the air. Thunder, lightning, it begins to rain. Frank breaks open the vial and it mixes with the rain, and the rain hits everyone on the ground. All of the characters in the play. We see everyone's faces crinkle. They feel an odd sensation of the rain. They all look to each other. And then fire shoots out of their butts. Just a ton of butt fire. Butt fire everywhere. It looks just like this. There's so much butt fire that the movie gets an R rating just for the butt fire. The camera pans back to the ground where everyone looks at Eddie.
Whoops! Wrong vial! Frank, come back!
We cut to 5 minutes later. Rain falls again and washes away everyone's bad memories. We see every character in the play we've met look up into the rain, forget the bad memories, the bad feelings of this day, of this tumultuous time in their life. It's all washed away, replaced with a feeling of calm, a feeling that says, hey, it's all gonna be okay. We also see some regular wizards and people who were just living their regular lives and didn't know they shouldn't be walking outside in this rain, and they also forgot everything that just happened, including some important stuff they needed to do that day, like picking up medicine for a recent illness, and so, etc. We linger for a moment on Dorothy from the wand department with her big cigar. She looks up to this rain. She closes her eyes as it washes over her. She opens her eyes.
Nope. Job and life still suck.
She goes about her day as Magic Ball Task Eagle Force members run amongst the people repairing the city. Everything is back to normal. We cut back to everyone with the president.
Great. Up. Great. Double checking. You've tested that on people, right?
No, it's actually just a theory that it'll even work out at all.
Mr. Redmayne, we appreciate what you did here, but I think for all of our sake, we need you to get out of our country immediately and take care of the no magi, please.
Oh, okay.
Hey, now it's for the best. I learned a lot today, about me. And I guess if I just forget it all, then, well, I learned nothing. But it'll be in here somewhere. A part of me, that makes bread looks like shapes.
All look at each other, and then they shrug, agreeing with Jake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. No, like, tearful goodbyes or anything?
Look, we think you're great.
Yeah, but we have only known you for, like, a short amount of time. Like 2 days, tops.
Yep, so bye, Jake.
Okay, well, I'll make pastries of all of you, Well, goodbye, my friends.
Jake then walks into the rain, and the sweet, sweet water falls all over his head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
In the rain, all those bad memories, all those memories of his day wash over Jake's head. The camera races into the sky and zooms over a river to New York's neighbor, New Jersey, where we see an interior of Joseph Rivers' home in New Jersey. We see a window, the blinds open with the eyes of Joseph Rivers, Oliver's great-grandfather, spying out of them. He wears a protective helmet. He speaks to his wife, Franny Rivers.
Franny, get in here.
And Franny is not muted.
What? What is it, honey?
Oh, the world didn't end, that's what. Well, you remember yesterday how right out this window there was a giant cloud destroying New York City, and I told you the end times had come?
Vaguely, yes. What's wrong now?
Well, nothing. Nothing is wrong. For some reason, nothing is wrong.
That's good, right?
No, it's not good. Everything is perfectly normal over there. How? How does something like that happen, huh? They have to have some kind of construction people over there. I don't think so. It's got to be the devil or something.
Well, call your cousin who lives in the city, ask him what's happened.
Ah, good idea.
Joseph dials his cousin.
Time to use that new invention I created. Hey, Vinny. Yes, Joseph Rivers, your cousin from New Jersey. Yes, hello to you. No small talk. Let me you tell me what the fuck happened there yesterday. You mean what happened? I'm asking you. You don't remember anything bad happening at all? I saw it, Vinny. There was a tornado cloud with a face. I saw it. Don't you hang up, Vinny.
Joseph slams the phone down. He grabs the morning newspaper.
Something's not adding up. Here, there's not even anything in the paper about it. Hell, all right, though. It has been an unreasonably wet November.
Paper. A headline reads, "Man reads newspaper, agrees that November weather unseasonably wet." We then cut to a bank day, that very same bank from the beginning of the film where Francis Hopkins once again sits on a bench at the bank, a giant suitcase of expensive personal items sitting with him. He is still a little broken from his early ordeal, but he's trying to make it. He's still determined to live his dreams.
Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Bingley will see you now.
Francis passes Jake on his way to meet Mr. Bingley. Jake is just glowing with the joy of someone who just got a loan for his bakery. Mr. Bingley enters.
Hi, Mr. Bingley. I'd like to request a loan for a bakery.
Nope. One bakery loan per day. Unless you've got something worth more than this here case of silver eggs, you can get the hell out of my sight. I mean, look at these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know if there's an egg exchange place. What was I supposed to say? No? No, to you. No. Get out of here before you ruin this great week I'm having.
And with that, Francis Hopkins's life is ruined and his mind finally breaks.
You know what? Fritz this. I'm moving to New Mexico or England or maybe both. Maybe I'll split my family between New Mexico and England, and some will live in England and some will live in New Mexico. That'll show you all. And it's gonna be like that for at least 70 years.
And we cut from that to a harbor day where Eddie stands on a boat with the boat docks with Tina.
Hi, Eddie. Thanks for getting me my job back. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you, friend.
You're welcome. And say, maybe I'll send you a copy of my book, Fantastic Friends, and, you know, you can read it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, please. I would love to read your book. Yep, we'll do that.
Maybe I'll come and give it to you in person.
Well, I'd be okay with that.
Tina puckers her lips. Eddie just stares at her.
Okay, bye.
And with that, Eddie gets on a boat, and the boat sails away. We see a quick glimpse of that bug that got at Eddie's case that no one ever took care of. And Tina slowly turns to walk away. But then she stops. She looks up directly into the camera, and she smirks menacingly. Someone passes by, and suddenly, where she once stood, we only see who she truly was the whole time. Surprise, Johnny Depp.
Will we die? Just.
Credits! The names of human beings who worked on the film and appeared in this live Zoom reading appear. She's there, and he's there, and he's there, and Brian Matolius, who wrote that original song, is there. And towards the middle of this, we see this notice. No one was harmed during the filming of Dude, Where's My Fantastic Friends? Who are we kidding? Lots of people were. Just remember, we share our little world, so always remember during the trying times, don't do what the wizards do. Help everybody out. Consider other people. Consider their dreams. And keep dreaming yourself. And remember the dreams we all share of a bright return to a world with less bad memories. And when that time comes, remember to never take for granted the power of a simple day with some of your friends, the fantastic ones. We then cut to a post-credit scene, where, in this post-credit scene, we see news editor John Voight.
Say, has anyone heard from my son? The senator? I haven't talked to him nor seen him in days. I've had such a good couple of days. Nothing bad has happened, at least not bad to my memory, so I'm sure he's fine. But I cannot seem to get a hold of my son. Does anyone know? Does anyone know what happened to my son?
We cut to black. More credits appear. And these people are there. And these people are there. And so many people until we cut to one more post-credit scene where two fancy schmancy movie studio executives sit at a table.
All right, well, great. We did it. That's a movie. It's in the can. Now we get started on the next 4 films.
They applaud for themselves.
You know, we've set a structure, and we can always rely on the original stories and world building as well to keep things nice and consistent. You know, simple is the way to go with this franchise.
Agreed.
Nay! Nay, I say!
We pan to see Martsy Partsy in a business suit.
For I have a couple of fantastic ideas for the next movie.
The end. Yay! Woo! We did it! Wow, live web theater, everyone. Thank you all of you out there who stuck with us and came to a second video. We really appreciate that. And yay,
So cool.
and amazing.
Awesome.
And you guys don't even know this. We actually have a special guest joining us in the Zoom right now. We do have the writer of the wonderful musical number you saw, Mr. Brian Matolius, who is going to be joining us as soon. I realized I pressed the button and then said he's joining us, but Zoom does take a moment for front matter to happen. So as soon as he clicks to start the video, Brian will be here.
Oh my God.
Hello, am I here?
Your voice is here.
We hear
yes.
you.
Brian.
Hi,
you're
Brian.
here.
Oh,
But what do you look
Turn on
like?
your video.
Oh,
Brian, I can't see your face.
wait. Okay, how about now?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Post composer Brian Matolius, everyone.
Brian.
Buddy.
Hi.
And just to update everyone in the cast, sorry, I have to lean over and look at my second screen. Forgive me. We are at $1,950 for the Humane Society of New York and other animals. Yay! So thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get that number to 2,000. Similar to last week, we are going to do another quick Q&A for anyone out there who has any questions at all. And yeah, so we'll get to it. Yay! Well, that was fun. Thanks for watching. I forgot about a lot of the jokes in that script, and one, how specific they are, but also how silly and dumb they are. Jake, are you wet?
Yeah, soaking wet.
Great.
Hey, big up to Beyonce Vula for doing all the water effects.
All right, I'm seeing some questions already. Oh, Goose is barking. Star of the show, Goose. One question was, Da Williams asked what flavored Pop-Tarts did we have. They were the s'mores Pop-Tarts, the only ones that I will eat.
I don't like
That's kind.
The only ones worth having.
That's right.
So good. Now I want
Another question. There's a lot. We're getting a lot of hot dog talk here.
I knew it.
So, Brooke
Give
Talbot.
the people what they want.
Jesse, you look like you've been through a meat grinder.
Yeah.
so ready to wash my face.
So we have many people. Brooke Talbot and also Dylan Guyman, who Julie, you might know, he played the narrator in the California production you saw. Amazing. They both want to know, and I'm sure many others do. Jesse, how many hot dogs did you eat?
Oh my gosh.
I had 6 hot dogs.
Follow-up question,
If
Jesse.
we have the Coney Island hot dog eating contest this year, I'm in.
Jesse, a cue for me. How do you feel right now?
I feel great. You know what? Actually, I'm stomach-wise, I feel great. Love hot dogs. My face feels so spicy. I feel like I'm turning red. Am I turning red?
Jesse, go wash it
wash
off.
Just get that off your face.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Great.
Make everyone talk about it.
Wonderful. Brian, we got a question for you. Can we get a soundtrack, please?
Okay, so, yes.
There's your
The
answer,
end.
everyone. You got it.
No. The real answer is
We got it.
expect an announcement soon.
Amazing. Follow Brian's Twitter.
There you go.
Should be in the description of this video below. Oh, yes. Yes. We got Nick back.
I have already changed my Twitter name to Mr. Werewolf Pianist.
Oh, good. Great.
Maybe mine
There you
should be
go.
Jazz Goblin.
Do
There
it.
you go. Here, we
Yeah,
can do a whole
probably.
thing here. All right, I'm going to keep
Jazz.
looking back through. Amazing. Oh, there we go.
get him.
Miles Foster wants to know, Steve, can you do a Jack Sperry impression?
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sperry?
Jack Sperry. So they're specifically asking for Jack Sperry. So please give us a Jack Sperry.
So not like, is Ram gone? Where's Ram gone?
No, Jack Sperry, who works at the store.
Oh,
I don't know.
hi. I'm Jack Sperry. I sell textbooks and textbook related boxes.
Perfect. Wonderful. Katie Source wants to know, was that actually ketchup and mustard?
Yeah.
I believe it was, yes.
I did. This was. I should.
What else could it have been?
Shout out to Heinz. Shout out to Heinz.
Leanne Kolick wants to know, Nick, did you build that Lego ship?
Yes, I did. It is a what do you call it? Pirates of the Caribbean. But I got it off of AliExpress. So
It has Johnny Depp on it, right?
so it's got Johnny
Sperry.
Yeah.
Miles did mean to say Sparrow, but we got it. We they're the same basically. Patrick Urso wants to know, how do we rehearse this?
Not really.
Not really. That's one thing. So there you go. That's where you're running
that yesterday.
We did rehearse. So we had a rehearsal last night where we all got together and we just kind of went piece by piece, and we figured out places that we could hand off pieces of paper to each other and other little things that kind of came about it.
But you can't make your computer rehearse.
You can't make your computer rehearse, even though all of that stuff went fine when we ran it earlier. It's a real shame. Those newspapers really cool. You got to see one, but that's all right.
Next time.
I'm just gonna stew on that for a good long time, but it's okay.
Well, we should have a real dress rehearsal next time.
Ooh. Yeah, Julie had some fast.
We can put the
costume changes.
newspapers back in post.
You're right. Yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my God, Jessie, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm totally
really red.
Jesse, I think you have a rash.
Just rubbing the camera.
Fine.
It's you're turning into stone.
Sarah Zamora wants a shout out to Timber Creek High School in Keller, Texas. So Timber Creek High School.
Texas.
That's who they're shouting out.
Texas.
Badgers.
Haley Marie wants to know what the writing process is like. I like to write. I'm an actor, was an actor first before I started writing, so I very much like to write and just kind of put as many ideas as I can, and then just get people in a room and then find what's funny, and then find what they think is funny and what they make it funny, and then take what they made funny and what they find funny and merge that and go back. And so it's I like to do a lot of readings with people, and just throw things out, even as rough as they can possibly be, just to find out how rough they are. But yeah, it's usually, and then I'll usually just kind of marathon write whenever I have ideas. But yeah, it's really just about getting as many people into a room to test stuff is my writing process for the most part. Let's just see. Someone said we should do a Cats send up. This is Moses, by the way. Moses.
Oh, Moses, hi. We should absolutely do Cats, but everyone has to wear a bodysuit.
Yes.
I don't care what the script is.
And you have to be able to see our buttholes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Butthole.
Yes. Bring back the butthole. Take the butthole cut.
Give us.
Pixie Violet says, can you give a shout out to their wonderful directors, Mrs. Gillis and Mal, who are working at the Valley View secondary cast through online rehearsals. Oh, shout out to Mrs. Gillis and Mal.
Shout out.
You've been shouted out.
Gillis and Mal.
I hope that's going well for all of you.
Fun.
Miles Foster wants to know, can they get a Nick and AJ puppet special?
Oh,
I'd watch that.
Did you really just ask AJ?
Nick, AJ that puppet?
I mean, you have to talk to my.
Oh my God.
Sure. I mean, I'm open to anything. So, hi everyone. Bye.
It would be durational and dark.
Yep.
Wow.
Brian Melody wants to say it would be amazing to include the Jazz Goblin song on the Puff soundtrack.
Well, I think that would also be amazing. It was recorded yesterday, what you saw. It was written basically the day before. So let's put it on whatever it ends up being.
Another part of my writing process is to text Brian the week of doing a performance or a production of something, go, hey, can you make this song? And then he does
Hey,
it, and it's always good.
I get a text at like 4 a.m. Hey, do you think there could be like a jazz version of the Puffs theme? And I'm like, okay.
And that's what you heard for 15 minutes
All right.
before the video started. Amazing. Wonderful. Jason Stiers has a request on behalf of Andrea Z.
Hi, Jason.
Can they see more of either Goose or AJ and Ellie's cat? Hashtag hard
We gave him a lot. He has to go.
Oh, they have to go.
He's over it. I tried to give you some. I'll go fetch the other one.
But there was a request to see more and learn more of the names of the real pets that the friends we saw.
Right.
This is our baby.
I want to forget my pet.
I don't know
She
if I
was
can
adopted in
get one in
January
time.
last year, and her trigger word is any greeting, like HI,
Like
because she assumes people are here and she starts barking.
We'll test it. Hi.
Rue, this is Rue.
Hello.
One time at jail. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. But we love
hi.
Oh, Pippin.
There he is.
This is a rare instance of him being calm.
Now, just
allowed
curious, did everyone adopt their animals?
Yes,
Yep.
actually.
We did.
This is my roommate's cat, Scotty, and they did.
Oh.
Yay. We hear it, Puffs.
We bought this cat from Kendall Jenner.
Oh, good.
Wow.
We highly
Yeah,
recommend
Jenner
adopting your
was
pets
like-
unless it's from
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah,
Kendall Jenner.
New York is #1 in the country for pet adoptions. Fun fact.
That is true. And speaking of, we are currently now at 2,000.
Our pets.
Ooh, another animal.
Did you make it?
We're currently at $2,015.
Yay!
Yeah.
We doubled
Oh!
That's
Oh,
so much.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, Ripley.
This is Ripley. She's a rescue.
Oh, she
Aw.
loves you. She's kissing you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Those are all. Look at all those cute animals. We do have another
Look at all these
question.
pets.
That Puffcast podcast, which what wants to know if there will be more of these live reading companies. Keep an eye out on the social medias, but there will likely. I have to double check with everyone who's on this call, but everyone subtly nod no if you're a no.
What was it?
Never again.
No.
We're gonna
I
do
think
this.
we were all free. There will likely be
Yeah,
at some
50,000
point.
down.
It might not be next week, but it also might be. Keep an eye out. But we will definitely be bringing you Puffs 3, Eventfulness Maximus, which brings some of the characters from this, some of the characters from 19 Years After, and all of the characters from Puffs, and really brings an end to the story you never knew you needed and you didn't want either. Let's see. So that's some of those questions. Everyone keep looking at those animals. 8 HP boy, don't know what that HP stands for. Did you already have all the wigs used in this production? Ellie?
Yes.
Yes.
This wig.
I have an extensive wig collection.
This wig is actually Ellie's that she gave me.
That's yours now, Julie.
My old lady wig is actually a beard and a mustache that I just tied to the top of my head because we can't go buy things. You gotta make what you got work.
Yeah.
But then all of Ellie's are real wigs.
Jocelyn wants to know who was everyone's favorite characters you played. I'm not sure if that means this or Puffs, but
all of the above.
Let's just do all of the above. Zach.
Badass Wayne, maybe.
Oh, Badass Wayne from 19 Years After. Great. AJ. Oh, I'm sorry. Andy, you're here too.
I miss Leanne. I do miss her. She was fun. I miss her.
Maybe you can see more Leanne in Puffs 3. Oh. AJ.
I think narrator, tie between narrator and Puffs 3.
Oh, great.
For Puffs.
For more narrator, stay tuned for Puffs 3. Ellie.
I'm gonna go Hannah, and I'm just gonna keep showing you wigs.
Great. Ellie owns wigs. Langston.
I own a lot of wigs.
We have wigs.
I mean, it's going to be, of course, Oliver Rivers. I miss him all the time.
Oh, Langston, why do you have so many mustaches and they're wonderful?
There were 2.
Oh yeah, where'd your mustaches come from? And I love them.
More than I have.
Before. This is my favorite one. This is the one it looks like it would actually be maybe Joseph Rivers.
I love it so much.
I was invented grandfather.
You really know how to wear a mustache.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Pulling it off.
Is this video phone working?
Jake. Who played Mini?
Definitely gotta say the death buddy who gets hugged by Puffs is being hugged by James Fouhey and Keith Rubin and Alex Haynes. Just having strong, muscular men hold you. Does it even work? You know what I mean?
Strong,
Jessie.
Also, Zac.
No, yep,
Yes.
Zac. Jessie, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Ditty always, but I do love Tina because anytime I get to eat hot dogs on stage.
6 of them.
6.
And by on stage, you
6
mean
hot
alone
dogs.
in your room.
You ate a pack of hot dogs.
Anna.
Really? Oh, that's hard. Narrator and Dumbles. I actually like Dumbles. And then Xavier, too.
The headmaster. Julie.
Megan Jones, but
duh.
Thor was pretty fun today, you know.
Where did Julie go?
Oh, no, yeah.
Seamless.
Who needs a reel?
Madeleine Bundy.
My
That's a
answer,
yell.
where's Lord? My answer is still Myrtle, but I do love Eddie.
Oh,
great.
You're a great Eddie. I'm sorry. I'm eating this Pop-Tart. I need to. Steve.
I love doing Ernie and Puffs 3, but also the many permutations of Surprise Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And the other impressions therein.
For more Ernie and Surprise Johnny Depp, come back for Puffs 3. James.
Voldy and Mr. Bigley.
Mr.
Bank manager.
For more Mr. Bingley. Earnestly. Join us at Puffs 3.
Yeah, truly.
Brian, who would you want to be?
Oh,
big question.
Oh man, I would want to be Mr. Werewolf Pianist for life because I feel like just like Surprise Johnny Depp, I've been him the whole time.
Oh. at Werewolf Pianist, everyone, and Nick.
Zac Smith, of course, but also surprise wizard chef in the background.
Everyone's favorite character.
Will Surprise Wizard Chef be back in Puffs 3?
You know it.
I mean, now, yeah.
Yes. Ellie Minsu's song just wants to say that you're Moira Rose.
Oh, I'm honored.
Oh.
I'm honored.
John Rosenthal wants to know if there's any chance of getting a live reading of Witches in Salem, which is another play that I've been working on for a very long time. So I don't know for sure for that, but do subscribe and follow this YouTube channel because we will, after all the Puffs readings, we will be bringing you some various other things that we don't have planned yet, but they will be here. So please follow it and smash
the
button.
That's like a subscribe button.
Ding the bell.
Yeah, ring that bell so you get a notification whenever the new video drops.
Also, Patreon.
Would you all watch us play Fortnite?
I feel old.
Yeah, we could do 3 hours of Fortnite.
I have been watching a lot of Animal Crossing videos on YouTube. It just calms me watching other people play it.
Do you watch mine, Andy?
No, of course. But yours
will
is
not calm
I
you.
watch yours for different reasons.
I know.
At the Fuzzy Mask Man on Instagram.
I know I saw this question, but Steve, just a question for you. Will we die just a little?
Great question. Wait, what was that?
Will we die just a little?
Wait, sorry. I don't understand the context. Can
Yeah.
you say it?
Yeah. So, will we die? Well, just a little.
That's bad. That's bad.
Oh man, maybe impeccable.
Just a little.
Thank you.
Impeccable accent of an Oscar-nominated actor.
I've earned this.
Somebody you might know from famous Disney franchises, at least one with pirates and
just a little.
a tiny girl going down a rabbit hole.
Will Casey wants to know, will we release the recording of the last show? I saw y'all recording during it. We only recorded the very final performance of Puffs. We only recorded the Zac Smith bit, which you can find on the Puffs YouTube channel. It is 25 minutes long. but it's a really fun time, so I do highly recommend it. But that's all we captured
There's
at the
some
last
other
show.
videos that that are unauthorized that are out there that you can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, or you could also maybe find some clips.
Wait, really?
Well,
How much have you recorded of us?
Hold on,
Are they all videos of us eating?
I have pictures of
It's like of
Oh,
Zach's
big
entrance
videos.
when he got a standing ovation for like 2 minutes.
Oh, that was wonderful. Yeah, that was great. I am seeing a lot of questions. Wait, what? Oh, nothing. I'm seeing a lot of questions about will we be uploading this? Yes. And I'm going to see what I can do about merging the very beginning into this one so that it's the whole thing. So there will likely be this video with the live stream attached to it, and then there'll be a separate video that is the full thing. So, yes.
Maybe with newspapers.
Probably not with newspapers, but maybe with news. No, probably not with newspapers. The newspapers were great. They took the Zoom video and put it in a newspaper. I'm so proud.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. What a cool effect.
It looked amazing.
Let's see. Jared wants to know, everyone does great character work and impressions. Do you have any acting advice for owning a bad impression? Shout out to their Cincinnati Puffs fans. Cincinnati, you've been shouted out.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Okay, what are you doing over there? What are you getting into?
Jake?
Yeah, I would like to take this one if I may. As the worst impressionist of the cast. Really, just do it for you. You know what I mean? It's not for anyone else. And if they think it is, they're wrong and they're
do a little.
You gotta do it with an intensity and a real. This needs to be done.
Jake, can you do as some potion teacher? Just
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, taste, like a little taste.
Character.
Yeah, we're all here for you.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh
my God, I'm so excited.
3+ years.
This is can I say his name? Can I say
No.
No.
Okay, this is an impression of the potion.
Come on, Jake.
Protect the business.
Everybody, settle. Simmer.
Okay.
So
It was never this.
It was.
Cut.
He used
People
to do
paid
this
you
on
to act.
stage and spit in our faces on accident, but maybe on purpose while he was doing that.
It was our. We were in the front row.
I know. I was in the second row and I still got
Oh,
spit
he
on.
did travel.
So,
Yep. You're right.
Jared, I hope that answered your question. Kevin Cody wants to know where I got this shirt. It's from Hawaii. So that's where you can get it.
Get there.
Landed and got it.
Hawaii, get there.
I was supposed to go there tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Got a little Hawaii tonight, though.
That's right.
You
Here it
just
is.
buy a bunch of like pina colada mix or Mai Tai mix and just,
And
go
drink
there
that,
on
not
your own.
any alcohol.
And just pretend.
Yeah. Play
Put
the
on a
music.
Jimmy Buffett.
Put a bunch of sand in
On
your
the Zoom palm tree background.
Patricia, that leads us into this question. Patricia Urso asks, New York City people, how are you doing?
No, you were fine.
I got to see Matt and Andy briefly on the street yesterday, and that was nice. Some
Yeah.
nice human contact.
Wave at each other
From
from far
6 feet away,
Your
yeah.
way, You
I
know?
don't know. I think the answer is like of the people here, we're all like very lucky, and we're doing pretty great. New York is having a tough time, but we're doing okay. We're hanging in.
Standing by our city.
It is
Yep.
very heartening to always hear the 7 o'clock people cheering out the windows for healthcare workers
Yes. Very loudly.
very loudly. It's
Yeah.
amazing. People are like banging on pots. It's great.
We all sang New York, New York yesterday.
Aww.
Right.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Both sang New York, New York, and love the city.
Yeah.
I would say real quick, because I'm coming from a state that I just read that they're opening up right now in Texas. They are opening up, which is kind of stupid, and I love my state. But if you are from a state that is opening up or not opening up,
Or never closed if you're in Arizona.
yeah, stay inside. stay inside. Don't listen to whether it's not stay inside or stay inside. Stay inside.
It's important.
Stay inside. Don't walk around. Don't go out unless you have to. Really, that's important. Stay inside. Only go out if you need to.
Yes.
You heard it from us, the cast of Puffs.
And the voice of reason of the cast of Puffs, Nick Carrillo.
That's right.
Yeah, Nick Carrillo, your voice of reason.
When we think
Even if your governor says go outside,
Hero's
don't.
right, we think Nick Carrillo.
Yeah. I know. It's surprising, but really, stay inside.
Yes.
Don't.
Please. All true. Thank you for asking, Patricia. I'm also seeing a lot in the chat talking about the newspaper. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Thank you all.
It looked great.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Someone
Matt.
wanted to know how it was done. I'll tell you. We're using Streamlabs.
I want to know.
You can put up a picture. You can put an image up in the same way that I do the videos. And I had a square sectioned off and then just shrunk the Zoom video down.
Was it
and
a
put it in
separate
that.
feed?
Yeah, it's just two things, just two frames on it. I think all of the little scene videos potentially overloaded the program.
Too ambitious.
Too ambitious, one might say. But
Chris over here.
would I take it
Flying.
back?
Go big or go home, my bro.
There's gotta be a way.
A man named Keith Rubin has a comment on Jake's, and he says that this is better than it was. Keith Rubin, hi Keith, other swing of Puffs.
Hi,
Thanks for
Keith.
watching, Keith. Beth says that Beth would like to thank everyone for doing this live stream and made a day brighter. Thanks for watching, Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Miss you.
Let's see. Zach Smith told us to stay inside. Guess we gotta. You're right, Melody. Jay Finch, Finching at home, Finching 6 feet away, Finching with a face mask. That's right, Jonathan Rosenthal.
Perfect.
Just making himself at home.
Love it.
For months.
When the feed cut out, it really reminded me of all the shows, because we did it for what, 3 years, 4 years, and all the shows where the lights or the sound or the ceiling would stop working. And was it Ellie?
The ceiling gave up.
Was it the lights that went out
Remember
for the
when
show?
they gave up?
The ceiling, yeah.
The lights.
The building didn't show up for work.
It just went, I'm tired.
And Ellie came out on stage and was
Ceiling
like,
just goes like,
"So,
I've had enough."
where's everybody
Blue
from?"
water ain't all
Okay.
I
didn't come out on stage. I was already
We
on
were already out on
and it was right in the middle of me and Julie doing the scene, and it was our second to last show, and I just went, well, I guess I'm talking now. So
I think you did an admirable job.
I don't want people to think there was like a plan involved.
Every
There was
time the
nothing
show
but
was
panic.
Ellie would
Kinda gave
burst
up,
on the
so.
stage.
I ran away.
Ellen Meadows is watching, and it's 3:15 in the morning in the UK. Thanks, Ellen.
What a bed.
My sleep schedule.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Keep
Stay up.
going. Faith wants to know what has been everyone's go-to hobbies during quarantine.
Oh, where'd my crochet
Cooking.
go?
Just throw them out there.
Video game.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, if you guys like Animal Crossing, just follow.
Catching up on
Cousin
TV.
Matt.
Catching up on TV.
Hi.
Catching up on TV.
Cookies.
Watching through all of the Fast and the Furious movies.
I'm
Oh, man.
crocheting. It's gonna be a tank top. It still looks like a bra, but it's gonna be a tank top. It's not a bra until I give up and make it a bra.
And I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII remake, and that's it.
How's it going, man?
Oh, I love it. It's so good, everyone. So good.
It's gorgeous.
Oh,
It's hard to tell how good it is versus how ready
Finland!
for it.
yes, it's true. I'm biased. I love it.
I'm loving
It's
it.
the best thing.
got excited.
It's the best
No, it's the
game
next
ever.
question.
Great. Okay. I can keep going on about it if y'all want.
He
The
could.
soundtrack.
No, get the next question.
I did see this question earlier, but someone wanted to know what house everyone was. We can go through that real quick. Zach,
I'm a puff.
I too am a puff, according to the internet.
I'm a snake.
AJ,
Smart.
So am I.
Langston,
Griffin. Smart.
Wait, you just said two different
You're
things.
brave. House of Griffin.
Like you're
That-
brave.
Jake,
You're a brave.
When he protects
I'm
the
a
bit,
Brave.
smart.
I'm a puff. I'm
Jesse,
a puff.
I'm a snake, according to the internet.
Anna,
Brave.
Julie,
Brave.
Maddie,
Brave.
Steve,
Brave.
James,
Puff.
Brian,
Brave.
Nick.
I'm a
Wait,
snake.
there are so few puffs of us.
There are a lot of braves.
It's always been surprising. Yeah.
It's mostly
A lot of
braves.
snakes
couple of
for,
us.
most, for a long.
Patricia also wants to know what everyone's favorite technical challenge we remember from the show. We kind of already
Bucket
show. Explain. Someone explain the bucket show.
So New World
was
Stages is
Wait. Yeah. So there's this restaurant
Way to start.
above the Plaza of New World Stages. That through a combo of that and that there are these public drains that got stuck full of leaves meant that to the apparatus slash building that is built below the courtyard, our roofs rotted and we started to receive drainage from the courtyard
But it was so slow, and it didn't start until like
on the stage.
halfway through the show, and all of a sudden there's little tiny droplets coming, and you see the whole audience going
consistently,
just following these droplets. It's all they're watching. Oh, so then we had to put a bucket on stage.
And then another one.
And then another one, and then
second bucket on stage, and then we had to put a third bucket on
it was a
stage.
3-bucket show.
Seriously.
And then
towels.
during the
Yeah.
flashbackios, when we were death buddies dancing in like 80s Voldy, we brought towels on stage and we like wiped the stage down while dancing. It was
Zac
great.
Smith discovered the love of his life, Jennifer Bucket.
Jennifer
Bucket.
And my favorite part though was when Steve brought on the mirror bucket. When the mirror
the mirror bucket
was also a bucket on the platform.
Because you see him gathering on the platform as the doors are about to open, and everyone was like, "Oh no, do they need another bucket or something?" And then realizing that, oh no, Steve's just committing to this bit.
Yeah,
just doing a bit.
But to get very Lori, Nick,
you
Jennifer Bucket origin story.
Oh, the Jennifer Bucket story?
Yes.
So she was the love of Zac Smith's life, who coincidentally turned herself into a bucket. And
But it was just a coincidence. Nothing to do with
and
the name.
became the bucket on stage, and I loved her. But then through so many other stories and through so many torrid relationships, turned herself into the donut that the potions teacher uses. And I saved her through so many other things, and we had so many torrid relationships. I think we were engaged at one time. I think we got married at one time. I think they do end up together. I think Zac Smith and Jennifer Bucket, yeah, they have a torrid relationship. He had to save her at one point from because you turned into a donut, into something else.
Like in the Quantum Leap story, she's the leap.
We
Believe
also were performing that day when the power went out in New York, and all of a sudden the lights just went out, and it was a 2-show day. So we did the matinee, and then between the 2 shows, I think, was it Alex? I don't remember who was like, "Oh, something's happening with the power. This show is gonna get canceled," and we were all like, "No, it's not." And then
because they kept going dim in the dressing room.
Yeah, and then all the power in all of New York City went out, and they canceled the show. And we had to walk across everything.
There was also a very fun show where Steve ate soup from a place he shouldn't have eaten soup and got.
Yes, everyone on the internet should know this.
Don't wait. Don't eat soup from a supermarket in the Times Square area. I mean, in this point in time, like these things seem very obvious. Don't eat soup from an open place at a supermarket in the Times Square area.
In the Times Square.
But he, as you saw, Steve doesn't really. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, move on.
No.
No, I was just saying we'll do 5 more questions. 5 more questions, and then we gotta.
No, Jake. So I ate soup. Got through about 6 minutes of the show.
Steve does a really good Alan Rickman, and as you saw, my Rickman is terrible. And so at one point, one of the jokes is, "Look at who teaches sex ed." And when the door opened and I did my Alan Rickman, the entire audience was just like, "Yeah, who teaches sex ed? Who is that? Why is that?"
Because
Steve had gone on for the first part of the show.
Yeah, I called out 8 minutes into the show to go backstage, and
To be fair, Steve ate a lot of questionable soup throughout our run.
Truly.
Our run, he had a lot of
And they hadn't seen me.
So he should have just been a lot.
What flavor? of
so
soup?
like, subscribe.
Like
at
and
my
subscribe for more Soup
channel.
Steve Soup's Corner, exclusively on the Ultra Core YouTube channel. Smash that subscribe button, slurp that soup. Amazing.
Subscribe, the numbers drop immediately.
Maddie,
Yeah,
Faith
yeah,
just wanted to say that you look great in that costume.
Yes, you do.
You really do.
That's so nice.
And
I came up with flowers.
and they like your hair.
Thank you.
Rachel wants to know if everyone has a favorite prop from the show. From Puffs.
From this reading? From
From Puffs. Zach.
I like the bird prop.
Oh, yeah. Birds are funny. Birds.
That was always fun.
Want to know about my writing process? A lot of bird jokes for some reason. Andrea.
It's my teddy.
AJ.
That's fair.
This light putter outer.
Oh, we all stole props.
Ellie.
Mine was the tiny scroll
Oh.
that said,
No
no being too sad. I don't have it,
Oh.
but I loved it.
Jake.
The Zach Smith collar. I really liked that collar.
Jesse.
I like the giant scroll of curses, of curse words and curses.
Anna.
So props are set.
But probably all the books, but also the stupid bird that I had so much trouble with is Xavier.
Julie hated that bird.
Love-hate relationship.
I just hated it.
Magic rock. Where does magic rock come from?
Maddie.
I like the training wand. I think Langston has it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does.
With a tennis ball on the wand.
And worth saying, all the props made by Madeleine Bundy herself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Langston, do you have that one right next to
You
you?
have it. I was gonna say it's not very. I use it.
Yeah, it is.
Spoilers for Langston's answer. Steve.
Oh, the Wayne's book of like advice that he gives to Cedric.
Yeah, that's a good one.
James.
Megaphone.
Oh.
Yes. Hey Brian, do you have a favorite prop
Yeah.
from the show?
I do have a favorite prop, and that is specifically the page that has Paddington in the book.
Yeah.
Pops approves Paddington.
Puffs loves Paddington.
Nick.
I've met him.
I like the pop-up cane.
Yeah.
Great.
That was
Terrifying.
And Langston.
Favorite prop from the show were the Dementor eyes.
Oh, the soul-sucking security guard eyes.
Yeah, security guard.
Langston.
The dimension eyes. The dimension.
All right, 3 more questions left, so we're gonna get to the heavy-hitting ones. Crazy No Head wants to know, Jessie, what's your favorite Clay Aiken song?
Oh.
Yes.
Lord. And Andy, I'm gonna loop Andy into this too. 'cause
Jesse and I went and saw Clay and
First of all,
Ruben's
Ellie-
Christmas special.
Yes, we did. And Ellie went to middle school with me, so she knows, as the internet knows, that I loved Clay Aiken when I was in middle school. And
Loved it.
went to every concert, traveled around. Oh God, what was it? Measure of a Man.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite song.
My favorite part is when they go,
my two AIM screen names. I don't know which is more embarrassing. You can decide. The first one was Aiken Lover 25, but my second was Hobbit NYC.
You were.
My big
Oh,
I think we
yeah,
all know
which
which
one
one
you
you
were.
were. You were Aiken for Clay. You were a Claymate.
Oh, I was a Claymate. Embarrassing.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who
You
is
guys wouldn't
that?
understand.
My mom.
Hate that.
Who's rating in?
All right.
Gotta be a hobbit.
2 more questions. Wait, you said their favorite song, right?
Measure of a
Yeah,
man.
Great.
measure of
Great. There you go, everyone. Now you know it. Another quick round for everyone. This is a preview of Steve's Soup Corner. What's everyone's favorite soup? Zac Moon.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Split pea.
I was a fan. I worked for a while at a place
Wow,
that
came out bold.
isn't important, but they had a really great corn chowder, and I loved it. Good corn chowder.
That the place you worked at with me and AJ?
That's right. We don't need to say its name.
I love the
What?
vegetarian vegetable with the alphabet letters in it. Campbell's.
AJ.
Oh God. Honestly, it's lobster bisque, but now I feel really pretentious.
You look pretentious.
Tie off.
Are you?
You're in a tuxedo.
You're in a tuxedo.
Your dress robe.
Wait. You're in a three-piece tuxedo.
Ellie.
Matzo ball soup.
Jake.
Anything from Food Emporium at 7 p.m.
Oh.
During the weeks of Christmas.
Also matzo ball soup, and I know Nick's favorite is gazpacho, so I'll answer that.
Anna.
It's not soup.
It's got to be tomato with the right pairing. You got to have like grilled cheese or tuna.
Julie.
I was gonna say the same, Anna. And if not that, like a really good clam chowder can be so satisfying.
Maddie.
I also love tomato soup.
Steve.
Pho, probably.
Oh. All right, that's a whole other level.
James, when you got to go to a soup, what soup do you go to?
New England clam chowder. It's actually one of my favorite foods. Lobster bisque went through my head, and part of the reason I thought don't answer that is because I didn't want to say it. So I'm proud of you.
Great lines, James.
Brian, what soup makes your mouth get all soupy? Testing out phrases for the show, everyone. This is the test.
My mouth get all soupy? My favorite soup, if that's the same thing, is my wife's lentil soup.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Nick.
I love lunch.
Probably my grandmother's, who she's not alive anymore, but her chicken caldo, which is really good, like a chicken noodle soup. But I will tell you this, gazpacho is not soup, it's the devil's piss.
It's a wet salsa.
What?
Disgusting. It's cold soup, and it doesn't deserve
get
to be.
into this conversation with him.
No,
Have we not had this
gazpacho is the worst.
Langston, what's your favorite soup?
That'd be Tom Yum Goon Noodle Soup.
Ooh,
for any
a little sour.
Nice.
And this has been an episode of Steve's Soup Corner.
Soup Watch.
Slurp.
Fully taking over the channel. Starting out.
Is there an ASMR component?
Wizard parody readings, and then it's just gonna be eating soups that are mildly off.
They will not know how to make
Send your
ads for
soup
us.
to Steve. He'll try them.
One final question from Brooke. She wants to know if everyone had a favorite costume piece from the show. So we'll just go in that same order. Zach?
I loved the changing shirts from years 1 through 4.
I loved my
Yeah,
tearaway
me too.
skirt because if I ate too much, I could flex and make it pop off on stage.
AJ.
Yeah, the narrator coat, which is Steve's actual coat. The pockets on that thing saved me like multiple times in the run. So.
And did not save me in high school.
That was his prom. Was it your prom or homecoming, Jack?
I didn't go to prom. It was just a velvet jacket I happened to own.
No one asked you for prom with that.
Oh, I thought it was for prom.
Ellie.
Nope. I just found it and I was like, this. I need this.
You knew.
I need this.
It was
You knew
prophetic.
your taste. I loved the Xavier coat. I loved my little feather shoulders.
Jake.
The Voldy robe, because you had just gotten out of the prison of the Cedric bathing suit.
Wow. Prison.
I still have and wear. I have all my costumes, but I wear the dragon onesie a lot, and I love the Bippy pillowcase because it was my mom's, and I stole it from her, and I took it to the show, and she went to see the show.
Hi, Cannizzaro.
Yeah. Sorry again, Mom, for stealing your pillowcase.
Anna.
I love the Hannah leather vest. I thought that was such a like cool and unique item. It's fun.
Julie. I went backwards.
It's a tie between Megan's 90s punk shirt at the end and also her leather jacket when she gets older. It was always fun to have that transition.
Maddie.
The ghost collar.
Yeah. Steve.
The floppy headmaster hat.
James.
Also the Voldy robe. It is indeed liberating.
Brian, your favorite costume piece?
My favorite costume piece is the shirt that says Teenage Mutant Wizard Turtles, because that's awesome. And I wish that was a real thing.
It could be.
Could be.
All right. Puffs part 3.
Smash the subscribe button, and it could be.
We can make merch.
Nick?
If this is popular.
It's true. Steve Soup Corner shirts coming at you.
I would get one of those.
Is it Steve sipping soup and just like ill?
We're live now.
It's this pattern.
No. It's the moment before.
Oh, I
the
see.
The moment when you realize something's about
He
to happen.
doesn't know.
Okay. Nick, favorite costume?
Probably the J. Finch suspenders, because when you're an actor and you don't know what to do with your hands.
You go like this.
As you can see, everyone here is an actor.
We know what to do with our hands.
Langston.
I gotta say it's a tie between the original shirt that I wore as Oliver that I still have, and the corduroy pants that Oliver transfers into because his parents don't give him any choice.
But they were best as shorts.
They were fun as shorts,
Yeah.
but they were strange as shorts because I'm a grown man.
I feel like always very uncomfortable.
That's why they were pink.
That was great. When I put on pants, I was like, now the audience has stopped going, what the hell is he wearing?
Maddie Bundy
Yeah,
made all those.
Perfect. It was
All
great. They
costumes
went-
again, made by
Those
Maddie.
warm summer days. Oh, those shorts were great.
And with that, we are going to bid you all a good night. Thank you sincerely so much for watching us in these zany, crazy times. Thank you for dealing with us through technical problems. Our final number tonight, just so everyone knows, is $2,054 for the Humane Society of New York and various other animal shelters that we will send that to. Thank you all so much for donating. Again,
Thank
please
you all so
subscribe to
much.
this channel. Follow us for more details on the next reading that will be coming. And yeah. Thank you all for taking part of this. I'm talking to you actually on the screen right now.
Oh,
okay.
You're welcome.
Yay. And
was.
thank you, Brian, for writing that wonderful song.
Yeah,
in the middle of
Brian.
this.
Yeah, Brian.
That was awesome.
Yay. And with that, we will say good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.